Okay, well, yeah, we fought a dragon.
Two birds, one shot.
Yes.
Yeah, you fought a dragon, and you...
We had some great quotes
Yeah, briefly grappled it as a toad.
How about you listen?
with the tongue.
Yes.
That was quite impressive.
Asking if the dragon was female was a little weird in this situation.
We negotiated with the dragon because it surfaced
Yes.
and negotiated for its life.
Yep.
We determined that we don't believe the axe was in the horde.
Right.
The axe of Dwarvish Lords.
Brennan freaked the hell out. He's like, oh no, but it has to be here. It must. And we told him, Brennan, we've just tried to detect it in a mile radius. It's not here.
Yep.
Nope.
He tried to break
the dark.
He broke the
Yep.
truce, and the dragon flew away, swam away in the tunnel.
It did both. It flew and then swam. It was really fun.
All the movement modes. No climbing.
So you're 100% correct.
Didn't need to climb.
Yeah.
But yeah. Then after that,
We traveled through the back-end tunnels underneath this fortress, realizing, even more than before, that we did in fact go into the dungeon backwards. We found multiple secret doors, which I'm guessing may or may not have been secret, depending on whether or not we were going the right way.
well,
And-
it's certainly secret when you found it.
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
Secret to everybody.
We went up cliff face around a waterfall, correct me if I'm wrong on that,
sounds
and
right.
Yeah.
popped in a Dwargar, what looks to be some sort of a work camp within the bottom bit of the fortress.
It's
Well,
a
you popped into
Duergar
a-
boudoir? Is that where we ended
Yes. Yes.
It was a
That's
it was a Dwargar,
Dwargar.
and it was a bedroom. You found a bedroom with a lone Dwargar with a blade.
Closing the doors and sealing them for the moment, we interrogated the Dwargar as to what the heck was going on, where are we,
Quietly.
what are you here for, etc., etc.
The Dwargar did warn you that her guard was right outside.
Right.
Which was very nice of her.
Commander Nymera.
Yes.
Yes. And we found out that they're trying to relight the old forge
Yep.
for reasons unknown. That the portal to the Underdark is nearby.
Yep.
Probably down the hall and to the left.
You're not wrong.
She offered a safe passage in exchange for her life through her area, and offered to show us the portal to the Underdark.
Right.
There was some talk about trying to see both, which you hadn't quite brought to her attention yet.
Right. So what we're going to do was ask to see the tunnel and check it for signs.
See the tunnel, the way to the Underdark, or was there a different
Yeah.
tunnel? Okay.
That.
The secret tunnel.
Someday, return to use the tunnel. And then we also wanted to see the forge. Is that what you're saying?
No,
I didn't specifically say that. No.
There was. You want to see the secret tunnel?
Yeah.
Talk about maybe making. I want to say avenues of like basically you want to set up a possibility of coming back sometime.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you also want to be shown the way towards the orcs because that's what you are mostly
Yes.
concerned about.
We were
Safe
thinking about
passage.
cutting our way out,
Somewhat.
going backwards through the dungeon.
Yeah, it seems as though we left off with our heroes contemplating getting the heck out of here and trying to get that info on where the portal / tunnel / secret tunnel to the Underdark is.
Yes, you were planning on asking her for these things and beginning negotiations in that regard.
Yep.
Somewhat weighted negotiations, but
All right. Let's see. So,
I asked Jasmine about this, and she said that she thinks that making a deal with them sounds good.
Okay.
She doesn't have a problem with them because they haven't done anything that cements them as evil yet. But they are, and she thinks that dealing with the orcs and dragon threat is a higher priority.
Now the orcs, Lysander's totally fine with. Dragon, I mean, if she's healed up, we're in for round 2. I don't know. Should bring a lot more.
I mean,
people.
round 1 went pretty well for you guys. So.
Well, yeah, keep her away from the water and we'll be fine.
We did force her to, yeah. And if I pour over my spell list a little bit more, knowing the battleground, I might come up with better things for the next encounter.
Now, we are a little less, like, flailing and trying to not die horribly.
Which is funny because I was feeling the exact same way as the dragon fighting you because of those goddamn snakes and interrupting her ability to do things.
Why are these goddamn snakes? I don't have a full quote for that, but take it as
I have the whole quote.
Well,
but
they're
there are children
effing
present.
snakes.
Oh no, I'm well aware.
Yes.
I also
Okay.
realize it won't fit as well, but anyway.
So yeah, Namira, she's gray-skinned, white-haired. It's actually, I described it as long before, but it's actually cut very short.
Okay. Kind of a military crew cut kind of deal.
Kind of. She doesn't have a beard. She's wearing split mail, and she has a great sword within reach. It was given back to her when the negotiations started off.
Yep.
She was flipping out.
She wasn't flipping out.
No.
She was commanding.
Yeah. And was it a point where she could make it a demand like that? Where she where she felt comfortable in the situation.
There are
Fair
3
enough.
doors out of the room. There's the door that
I'm
you
still
came-
Bruce is still irritated with her, but
Bruce is irritated with everything.
it's true.
There are 3 doors
dry.
out. There's the door you came in, which you guys know led to a closet with some mildewed cloaks and a secret door. Another door to the north that you haven't come in yet. And then the door that Bruce is currently standing in front of, which you guys have all deduced is the way out, where her guard is stationed.
Yeah.
So in this bed chamber, there's a shattered bed. It seemed to have been well made at one point. There's a smashed up dresser and a straw pallet that Mira was sleeping on.
Oh, somebody messed this place up before we got here.
Well, I mean, it was a ruin.
It was a druid. It was a dwarven
Yes.
Ruin. Yeah.
forge.
So the Mira.
Okay.
is standing
Okay,
there.
so shall we go check
Yeah.
out the underdark
Well, no,
portal?
no. So
You haven't asked her.
yeah,
for
Haas
these things
resumes. So, in short, we would we accept your offer of passage through your forge. We mean you no ill. If possible, we'd like to have a look at the portal tunnel, just to have because we'd like to see if there are any signs on it, clues that Threnin could use. And someday we would like to return to perhaps use that tunnel. If you're still around, would that be amenable to you?
She says in Dwarvish, which you guys can't understand, but Brennan translates,
Yeah.
I am amenable to showing you one way out and establishing tribute for you to come back.
That's fine.
If you wish to see both ways out, especially one of which is our way home, there will need to be something more on the table.
What kind of something more are you looking for?
Well, gold always works nicely.
I mean, that's kind of a given. How much of it?
Well,
I'm just figuring out the price.
We're bargaining from a position of strength. Let's not forget that.
Yeah. That's...
we left
I would
your
say something, but I can't understand you.
we left the Dragon Horde in a bit of a rush. We didn't really take much, but we don't have much in the way of gold. However, I would offer you these 10 gems. So it's like
How much are they worth?
10. So it's like 100 gold.
Okay. She says,
As a show of good faith and tribute.
she kind of nods and she looks at the gems and you can tell she's got a pretty good eye for these sorts of things. And
It's like
she-
they're nothing fancy. They're just
yeah, but she kind of sizes it up and she says that this offering is acceptable. And she pockets them.
one thing of note is that those did not belong to the dragon, so you shouldn't have any problem with. Was it her?
It wasn't her.
You shouldn't have any problem with her
Broth.
nosing around that, as it were.
She says, she says, thank you. I meant to ask about that. I don't want any trouble with the dragon until your situation has resolved one way or the other.
Oh,
Understandable.
I don't want you to have any trouble with the dragon, period.
She looks at Brennan and looks at you. Interesting opinion for a Night Fear. She actually, you don't hear her say Night Fear. Threnin and Haas and Joff do. Threnin translates it to elf.
Well, I mean, elves have opinions too. Anyway.
She nods. And
I-
she says,
Many opinions.
shall I escort you? Shall we make this deal a reality?
Yes.
Very well.
Universal symbol of thumb.
she goes up and she opens up the door into a very large chamber with a single slab of stone table in front of it, as well as another gray-skinned Dwargar who is bald and has a very full beard.
I'm assuming we let her go first so that she can calm them and explain what's going on.
Well, she went up to the door and opened it.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
We fall in behind.
Yeah.
As the Dwargar turns around, he says something in a language that none of you understand, which roughly sounds like, I believe the description I heard once for it was the sounds of stones crashing into each other, which I really liked.
Sounds like he likes that we're here.
She then responds in the same language to him. The Ymir continues to talk to him, and she seems to be getting kind of angry at him after a few moments, and then she I can feel I have to sneeze right back.
I had that happen the other day. Bless you.
She then says, she gives him some sort of, you can tell by her gesturing that she's giving him some sort of command, and he kind of steps off to the side, and she begins to kind of lead you guys out of this chamber.
He doesn't like the deal.
Intruders! Yeah, exactly.
So this chamber is...
Also, he's probably in a fair amount of trouble. Even if he's not in trouble, he's in trouble.
Because we got past, because we snuck in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he could have done anything.
Yeah,
But still.
It was someone's job to make sure we
yeah.
didn't sneak in.
Someone's going to
Apparently
get
it
in
was the
trouble.
dragon.
Yeah.
So the chamber you're in is about 35 by 50 with an alcove or a foyer directly in front of you, which then connects to a large stone door with very hard to see scenes, very similar to the secret doors that you saw coming in. She leads you through what you all can safely assume is some sort of audience chamber or strategy area, and towards this door.
Okay.
Okay.
Making sure nobody wants to do anything.
I'm basically trying to studiously examine the surroundings as much as I can while also keeping a pace.
Okay. I'll say make a history check.
Okay.
It's less about the perception because you're not trying to find secret things.
Right.
It's about
Contextualizing what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
16.
Okay.
That's what,
And I have the Wanderer feature, so an excellent memory for maps and geography and terrain. And
Okay.
So I'm going to try and keep a good image of what looks like.
Is it just quick point of clarification? I know that for ritual spells, you need to be able to just have 10 minutes free to cast it, prepare materials, etc., etc. That is impossible to do while on the move, even during a comm scene.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah. Were you looking for anything in particular in what you were seeing around you?
No. Architecture.
It is clearly dwarven craft.
Yeah, so it's like dwarven art. I would like if we're passing a planning table, I would cast a look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm curious, A, what they're up to, and B, I'm trying to keep an eye on, we might have to fight our way back through here.
Yeah.
So-
Right now,
any
you
ominous red marks?
essentially only traveled from east to west. Like you came out of a little closet and then kept going.
Yeah, okay.
So
These are nice local.
So along one straight line path when there are other branches, you're saying.
from
Essentially.
a friend.
Like, yeah, there was a door that you didn't investigate in the bed chamber, and then there was the other part of the secret hallway that you guys didn't go down. But other than that, you've
We've seen all the major
basically.
paths we've seen. Okay.
In terms of what you see, with a 16, it's pretty good. The planning table is bare. It seems like it was used by the dwarves before the Dwargar came in. And there are some old tapestries hanging from the walls. They have been really aged and mildewed and kind of torn and kind of defaced heavily. You're unfortunately not really able to gain any history out of them.
Okay.
But it looks like a very well-made dwarven structure.
And I guess that what I'm seeing indicates that the Dwargar camp here is temporary. Based on like what she said and what I'm seeing, does that make sense?
That would be a safe assumption, especially when she goes and opens up the next door, which then leads into... You remember the Dwarven Halls of Dwarrowdale from Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Essentially a smaller version of that.
So with all the columns, the big
Yeah.
open, yeah.
As she opens up the door, in front of you you can see a simple stone bench that is covered in this very sort of broad, sweeping graffiti. Does anybody speak Orcish?
No.
Like a goblin.
Well, if you give me 10 minutes in a calm room, I got to start using that
Due to
joke.
your
They
history
don't.
in Goblin, you recognize it as Orcish.
Okay.
It seems like it's some kind of graffiti.
Okay.
This simple throne, in essence, is set on a dais with stone steps leading down, and then directly in front of the throne, you can see that there are like 7 or 8 bedrolls laid out around a basically like a traveler's campfire. Very similar to what you guys would probably put up during your own long rests.
Okay.
As well as
Use your exercise.
3 Dwargar. 2 of them bald with long white beards, one of them with very close cut hair.
How many individuals? So we've seen like 5 or 6 Dwarves
Right now-
separately?
Right now you've hit 5.
Okay. I'm going to keep track of that too, of how many fighters we see.
The 3 in this chamber in the bedroll, which supports Haas's theory that this is a temporary camp, and the 1 guard and the commander. Oh, and the female with these guards is wearing leather armor with a pair of short swords on her belt, whereas all the other Dwargar seem to be wielding big mauls or javelins.
Okay, fair enough.
And
And mostly they're wearing chain or some other?
yeah,
Or I guess she was splint, you said.
she was wearing splint, but most of the Dwargar are wearing scale mail and shields.
Okay.
Yeah, this chamber extends far outside of dark vision and light ahead of you, and you can see that there are 2 doors, one to your left, one to your right, and the one to the left, you can hear the sounds of hammering. It seems like it's a double door, like a lot of activity happens that way. And then to your right is a simpler door, which has an unearing silence coming from it, like that.
Okay, so it's probably the forge is the one direction.
Yeah. So as we pass, I gesture toward that door and say the forge. I assume.
With the hammering? Yeah. She's kind of shouting at the 3 guards in the bedrolls and kind of speaking to them in what you guys can presume to be undercommon. As you kind of ask her about this, she kind of turns her head and she says, yes. And that she calls it the shrine and says that is where our tunnel is. I will show it to you momentarily.
Insight.
The quiet place?
No, the hammering place.
The hammering place is not.
You would have disadvantage because you can't speak the language.
The hammering place is not the shrine.
I'll give it a shot.
The hammering place is the shrine.
Okay, and that is also where we're going.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, but disadvantage, I'm not going to guess.
Because Fernand's translating it for you. So.
15.
Okay. I got a 17. I'm not sure it makes any difference, but
Okay.
I got 4.
You're not sure. 15 and 17. You feel like she's telling the truth, that is the shrine, and that is where the tunnel is, and that it is the forge.
Also, I was trying to discern like what she might be yelling at the.
Oh, okay.
Like it's not like she's like okay, get rid of the surround them and stuff like that. I'm just trying to like get a sense of what she's
Yeah.
communicating.
She's your inability to understand what she's saying makes it difficult.
Oh, yeah.
You get the sense that like she's not pointing at you guys at any point. She's actually not pointing all that much at all. It's kind of similar to what you would see if a lord comes into a room and asks for like a status report.
Okay. All right.
fair enough.
Makes sense. She was taking a nap. We interrupted it.
And after her conversation with the guards, one of whom disappears behind you guys and back into the council chambers or whatever, she says the shrine and forge are this way. She just calls it the shrine. They're this way. Follow me.
Okay, that's the place with the eerie silence.
No,
The hammering.
hammering.
Okay. Interesting.
Before, as we're with that behind us, Haas says, "What's the quiet place?"
She will say that is where the dwarves gave their false reverence and laid their heads.
That sounds ominous.
And she says, I would not recommend going there. There are fell magics and cursed objects within there.
So it's a barracks and a temple to the dwarven god, and maybe some undead dwarves.
Or other various evils.
Turns out these guys were undead the whole time. No, that's not.
Get some good experience if we kill some undead.
Please no. Okay.
So she pushes open one of the double doors into the forge. Stepping into the chamber, you can see that this area is squarish with a river cutting directly through it. There are two bridges. One of them is to your right, kind of far away, and one of them is to the left and is much closer to you. Directly across the river on the far end of the chamber are two doors and three dwarves. All of them are bald with beards. Two of them are very similar to the dwarves you've already seen, the mooks essentially. Mm-hmm. One of them is also dressed in heavier armor, like medium armor, but is carrying a wooden staff.
Does he have any holy symbols or anything on him?
Make a perception check.
Sure. 21.
He does not appear to be a holy caster.
Okay.
So arcane, probably. Just by process of elimination. Good thing there's no psionics.
So does that bring us up to 8 or 9 total Dwargar we've seen?
3, 6, 8.
Okay.
Including the commander.
Yep. All right.
What did you roll on your perception check?
21.
Okay. You also can hear the sounds of water running off of the cliff face and slamming into something below.
Yeah, so it might well be where
The waterfall.
the source of that waterfall. Okay.
That is off far, far to the left.
Oh, they have an amazing water slide.
Are you going to jump in?
It turns out that's
In toad form, I'd be perfect for it.
It turns out that's what they were
Except
after
for the
this
waterfall
whole time.
falls 120 feet.
No.
Set up like Six Flags Dwarf Mountain. I don't know.
Splash pad. Your body splashes, though. It's not the actual water that splashes.
Just call it the Underdark.
Yeah.
Once again, she strides forward to the edge of the river and begins shouting in Undercommon at the people who are working at the forge. And while they are also, while the wizard in particular is unhappy at the interruption, he eventually bows to her higher station in life. And they sort of just return to working the forge and slamming a piece of metal into the shape of a sword.
Okay.
She says, in Dwarven, follow me, stay away from the forge.
Okay.
Snurvin is not particularly pleased at being interrupted.
I'd like to use my smithing knowledge and see if I can discern anything interesting about this, anything that would make this forge unusual.
Okay, so you're focusing on the forge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the forge, as in like the forge environment.
The process. And
Like looking at a workshop.
Are you watching what they're doing, or are you looking at the forge?
I'm looking at the workshop. So like I'm looking at what they're doing, which appears to be making swords, and also I'm looking at the forge itself.
Okay.
Like I'm looking at it as like an operation as a whole.
Okay. So go ahead and make a smithing tools wisdom check.
Okay. That's just my proficiency bonus.
Plus your wisdom.
Okay.
You're proficient in smithing tools, right?
3 plus 1 plus 20.
14.
Okay. You're not able to discern anything obvious about the difference in the technique or what's the setup. You can see that there are 3 forges. 2 of them are cold and in the corners on your guys' side of the river. Mm-hmm. The one that is hot is on the other side of the river. From this distance, it just appears to be a forge.
Okay.
Okay.
So Haas is thinking that maybe there's something about the place that lends itself to making magical tools, but nothing's obvious.
Yeah. It would take a more in-depth investigation.
Yeah.
One that I don't think the Dwyer would be particularly pleased with.
Right.
You can still kill him.
Yeah, you can always kill
We
them.
do have the
You
option.
can always start the fight.
We do understand what the numbers are like now.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, there's like on your
I like
guys'
the way you think.
your guys' half of the room, there's a river in front of you, 2 bridges, and 2 forges kind of behind you. on the other side of the river, on the other half of the room, there's one forge that the 3 Dwargar are working on, and 2 doors behind them. And Commander Namira says, "Follow me. Stay away from the forge. Snurvin does not like being interrupted."
Okay. So we continue.
Yep. She guides you to the far bridge, which also takes you away from the waterfall. Crosses that and brings you in front of the 2 doors. She says, "The door on the right is a storehouse. Nothing of interest in there. The door on the left is where we came in." And she kind of clicks and opens the door. And on the other side of the door, you see a well-crafted dwarven room. Probably would have been a storeroom in the beginning. But the back wall is melted away and reveals a rough-hewn tunnel. Like, the room is smooth, well-done dwarven craft. The tunnel that it punches into is rough-hewn, shoddy work.
Okay. So, like, I was expecting to see, like a portal. So Haas is going to express a little bit of surprise and say, "Did you make this tunnel?"
She says, "I didn't. Our casters did."
Oh.
And she says, "If you do not believe me, you can step across the threshold. Most of you, derogatory surface worlder term, will tend to have an adverse reaction."
How about let's not do that?
But then she points at Threnin and says, "You will probably actually feel quite well going through."
Okay, I've seen Made in Abyss. Let's not do this.
I haven't.
It's a great show.
Haas is actually curious.
Yeah.
It's like I'm a student of the world. I wouldn't mind braving a little unpleasantness just to experience what you're mentioning, if you wouldn't mind.
She says, "Be my guest."
Okay, I kind of step into the threshold
Can you throw up? No, right? 'Cause you don't have a stomach.
in my helmet. It gets recycled.
Wait,
You don't really-
wait, helmet? That's not been in your head this entire time?
Remind me, your arcane powers come from within, essentially, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As you step across the threshold, you don't really feel a reaction.
Do you feel Do you normally feel anything?
So Haas waits a moment
Just like every other day.
and takes a further step in and kind of looks around and turns around and walks back out and says, "Interesting. It was fine if any of you would..."
Did he just see a big dark? Did you say just a big dark tunnel? Is that what he
It's
said?
essentially just a big dark tunnel.
Yeah, you probably saw what I saw, because like I have the lantern with me. I just walked in and there's like a slagged tunnel. It's like so it's like slag, right?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah. And I say to the commander, "Commander, your caster is a most impressive fellow."
She says, "I will extend your thanks to him."
Compliments.
I'm tempted to step through, but I'm not going to.
I want to see what happens to you.
I see this. Okay, you go to the experiment.
Tie this rope around your waist. I'll yank you out.
He went through and he came back.
Yeah,
just fine.
I seem fine.
Yeah, you're also a robot. I mean, a
There is that.
warforged. I mean, an abomination. I mean, my friend, the abomination.
Abomination works.
Pretty cool abomination, though. In character,
It
Lysander
is.
would not
The
say.
coolest abomination we know.
But what Lysander will say is, all right.
Brennan's kind of pulling at his beard and thinking about going
Yeah.
through.
Threnin, cool your horses, or whatever the phrase is nowadays.
Do you just want to go in and see what you feel like, or
Yeah.
like, oh,
I mean,
He
sure.
says, "She said I would feel better." I'm curious in what way, what she referred to.
Quick question for her, if you could translate. What happens if you aren't so compatible with the tunnel?
She says, I haven't experimented with it. I've only heard rumors.
Oh, what happens?
You feel isolated. You tend to get these feelings of nausea, dizziness. Have you ever had a panic attack?
Lysander probably yes.
Something along those lines. You get
dealing with patrons gives you a lot of anxiety.
Having
that
having
sort
a
of-
technically dead wife also doesn't help.
You get that sort of like claustrophobia attack of like you're surrounded
But
by
the walls are closing in on you.
Yeah.
Like they always are.
You kind of
No, when they literally are, it worries us less than when it feels like they
I'm
are.
wondering if you get a feeling of kind of being severed from your god or something.
Well, I mean,
Where is your
I'm
god
just a
now?
freelancer, so
He'll take whoever God comes along.
you know I have power. I can't take that away, apparently. But
You know,
That's what you think.
I'm
Oh, no, in
just
Raw
this
they-
is just
in Raw they
Scott saying.
Whoever.
But you might be interested to know whether or not you'll have problems with your patron.
you know, this might actually be a great time for me to test this, assuming we come back sometime.
Do it.
I don't say that to her, like translate.
I'm assuming we are coming back sometime, so.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bruce is
give it a go.
gung ho to kill Dwagger.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Just go ahead
Um,
and put my pinky toe through and see what happens.
Do you literally just put your pinky toe through?
Oh, no, Lysander does walk up to the portal.
You
Steps
walk up to the portal.
looks.
Brennan is standing beside you.
All right.
Says, I'll
Hold
go in
hands.
and you'll go in.
Yeah.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. I wait till Threnim steps through. And then I step through once I see that he hasn't exploded.
Treacherous elf.
I'm
He explodes.
Oh no!
okay.
Explode
Brennan,
runes.
Brennan walks through before you do.
Okay, good.
Brennan notices this fact and is displeased at your little.
I'm not allowed to have.
He's a trickster.
Brennan,
He-
we'll
I'm
remember
not allowed to
this.
have fun with this. Also, apparently, you're supposed to feel fine, so I don't know.
Brennan steps through.
Yeah.
And he kind of starts looking around. As you step through, you do in fact feel like this tunnel is kind of closing around you a bit.
That's not supposed to happen.
And
Anyone else see
your
Settling.
uh,
No, you're fine.
connection to your patron grows fainter.
Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and step right back.
Brennan seems
So you want to get rid of you? Oh, no, I guess
interested
you're patient.
in what he's feeling. He
If
doesn't.
I want to reclass,
Brennan is still standing inside there, kind of looking around.
Yes.
how are you feeling? Because I felt horrible. That was almost physically painful for me.
He'll say,
whispering to myself like,
"I feel like I'm home."
"Can
After
we
a
see
bit of
us?
time, he will reluctantly turn and come back
Whoever
into the room. And he says, "I felt like I was closer to my God while I was in there." Good Lord.
Near my
Well,
God to
taking
thee.
turns.
In which case, I think you'll like it down there. All right.
Whoever makes the line.
So we've all had either disconcerting experience, non-experience, or good experience. What say that we get out of here and take care of some orcs and figure this out?
As
That's what I'm
you're,
thinking.
as you're talking about this, Jesmal is kind of talking with Threnin, trying to get more of his story of what happened.
Okay. So while they've been doing that, I've been watching, but also I'd like to just perceive. I'd like Haas is taking a look to verify that the idea that this is a storeroom that's just been slagged into. There's nothing here in the way of like markings or anything like that.
Go ahead and make a perception check. Sure.
Do you suggest that we look around?
Oh,
You don't have to.
Was that a natural 20?
19 plus 1.
Damn, so close.
You know everything.
You, looking in the storeroom itself, you don't notice any obvious glyphs or sigils or anything like that. But just past the threshold where the tunnel begins, you do notice these very faint arcane scrawlings around the edges of it.
Could either of us roll Arcana to figure out what
Around the edges of the tunnel?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can go ahead and make Arcana check.
Yeah, Haas like sees them and kind of like
When you
catches
point
your
at
eye, points at those.
All right. 22.
Nice.
Not bad.
21.
Okay.
This is perfect.
You both are able to recognize these arcane sigils as the aftermarks of the casting of the stone shape spell,
Oh.
which allows them to meld stone.
Wait, so they literally just cast stone shape repeatedly from like 1,000 feet down or something?
Yeah,
That's a heck of a commitment. All right.
it's easier than tunneling.
I mean, it is tunneling.
Rather, I guess it's easier than tunneling with picks.
I'm just kind of imagining them taking a rest for the night every few steps.
I thought they liked tunneling, though.
Yeah, having sorcerers and wizards around changes the nature of mining.
Construction. The whole thing.
You know, we should open a construction company.
Yes.
We gotta come up with a name for that one. We got so many.
Yes, we.
But
But in the other campaign, we were around a beholder who carved out his layer 10-foot cubes at a time by disintegrate, and just like chop through solid rock in all different dimensions
That's a
and everything.
really inefficient way to do that.
Yeah.
But okay.
Well, they can do it all day long.
Yeah,
So.
they can do it for free.
Yeah.
In any
It's
case,
like
jeez. So okay, so we know that they stone shape their way up here, which out of game I was kind of
What's
assuming. Like,
that
yeah, that's
do?
probably the way they handled it.
Yeah,
that's
he
the
was
friends game.
perceiving to see.
Oh
what
yeah,
happened.
and pretty new.
Does
Yep, they have
my
a
connection
thing
to my patron
for
sort of come back
Like
as I step back in?
Like when you
yeah,
stepped
you go.
through, it diminished but didn't go away.
Okay.
When you
Oh,
stepped
and
back in,
a
it
new
shot back up.
Lego.
He said, "Can you hear me now?"
So, in other words, I can be free of Oberon if I'm just not near him.
Thanks.
Yeah, if you literally go to a different plane of
Get
existence.
that.
That also confirms that the Underdark is a different plane of existence and not just, oh, we went underground a bit.
Yeah.
That makes me wonder, how far down do you have to go to hit the Underdark in D&D? We don't need to
Kind of
use this
nebulous.
stuff.
It may not be an
Yeah.
actual distance.
It's a combination of a tunnel and a tunnel.
I mean, yeah. I'm thinking of Stargate, except for D&D cosmology.
So, Commander Namira says, "Is your curiosity satisfied?"
Oh, yeah, like I. Yeah,
Never.
Yes, thank you very much. We appreciate.
Hey, if you
your
want to step
volumes.
through and see if your connection to birds and stuff disappears.
Decorations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just thinking,
More like a lore forged.
so now that our
It's a happy new
concerns are assuaged and our curiosities are somewhat sated, let's get the heck out of here.
Keep moving.
Derek, oh, show the way.
She looks at Threnan, who translates for you, and then she says, "Okay," and she turns and guides you out of the store chamber back into the forge area.
Also, Lysander's going to be making a quick little map of where we are.
Okay.
So, because I'm realizing when we come back here, we're going to want to know where all the turns are. We don't want to have to go, oh yeah, where was that again?
I'm good at making mental
So,
maps.
so in character, he's just kind of,
Do you need a piece of paper?
yeah, that would actually be helpful. Want me to draw it out? Might as well actually do it.
So, also, there was a
Tender's decoration.
bedchamber with 2 doors to the north and 1 door to the west.
It's not
Wait,
really
that's-
a game, it's just
Uh,
a cleaning thing.
north and then west, you said?
Yep. You went through the west door into an audience chamber, then through the west door into a large, great entry hall with stone pillars and a throne.
Yep.
Then to the south through a set of 2 doors, which led to the forge chamber. And where you're standing in the forge chamber, the river cuts through and off into what looks sort of like a natural drop off to the east.
East.
She guides you back north up to the Great Hall, where the Dwargar who she had sent off behind you guys has returned, and she points to the left from your perspective, which is further west, and says, "That way lies the stone doors that lead in, and your way out."
Yeah.
So Boss turns and
Ooh.
addresses
Neat.
Commander Nymira. Commander Nymira, may your hammers ring true in your work.
She kind of gives a little, not bad. And she says, "And may your quest of vengeance prove fruitful."
Thank you.
That's one of the highest blessings a Dwargar can get.
May you murder many men,
Yeah.
also elves.
Yeah.
Haas looks back down the corridor and is like, don't have to be careful where I step, do I?
She says, "Not on the way out."
Thank you.
Next time we meet, we're enemies.
No, not necessarily. It's
just
just the
give
traps are pointed that way,
You could just give him more money.
which is interesting. I'd like to try to
Very-
discern what traps we might be passing
Nice.
as we
Okay.
go.
All right. So you begin to head off into the darkness. As you're going, 2 more doors become
More
obvious
door.
on the left and right, as well as a very large stone door that is most likely the entrance way directly in front of you.
Did you hear that?
So, like
Sorry.
in this
The,
huge,
the doors.
in this
Okay.
huge great area where you are with stone pillars, kind of at a regular interval on your sides, there are a total of 6 doors. There's the door you came out of behind the throne, the door to the forge, the door to the silence. Then going even further along, there's 2 doors, kind of set into alcoves, and the entryway in front of you.
Oh, so this audience. Okay, so we're still in kind of the audience chamber. Ah,
It's all
got it.
one big room.
So like probably they're using a room for barracks and maybe a storeroom, the way to the bigger room and her.
They're, from what you guys saw of the bedrolls and the campfire,
Oh, they're barracks here.
they're using the audience chamber for a barracks.
Okay.
And there is fell magics and cursed items in what used to be the living chambers.
Okay.
I mean,
gives
they
more weight
said
to the
this.
undead theory.
Like probably the dwarves set up something to protect the temple, and it could be undead dwarves. Well, that would be kind of unsavory. More likely, maybe elementals or something.
Constructs.
It's all from the
Go
large.
through and find out.
Could do.
Can we do that without going through the Dwargar area? Or
No.
we would have to cross back
Oh,
over,
sorry.
right?
No, you could hypothetically do it.
Alright, the possible undead dwarf area. Sorry, that is what direction from the home?
North.
Just north. Okay.
There are two doors to the north. The one near the throne, which is the door you came in, was the one that they warned you led to danger.
Yeah. So she told us to get the heck out.
Okay.
Let's go that way, right?
Yep.
And large stone door, fairly obvious dwarven handle, whatever that is, that swings the door open, and a set of stairs leading down descends about 20 to 30 feet before ending at another stone door.
Okay. All right. So
You said you wanted to be perceiving for the traps.
yeah.
Might be a
Okay.
good idea.
Make a perception check.
Okay. You know what? 10 feet wide, but how long?
20 or 30 feet.
Okay, so my perception's not great, but that's why I made this. I take out a copper rod that's rune inscribed, and I tap it in a couple specific places, and
Control, Alt, Delete.
it goes off.
Okay.
Um,
That's a rod of secrets,
yeah,
correct?
if a secret door or trap is within 30 feet, the rod pulses and points at the nearest.
Okay.
It's like a dowsing rod that works.
So, as you the rod begins to point straight ahead at the door at the base of the stairs.
Let's keep going down
Yep.
and open the door.
Sure, sounds good.
Did you roll a perception check?
I did, but I rolled a 12, so.
Okay.
If you'd like, I could also check this stuff out as we're walking through.
Threnan's gonna do it because everyone's doing it. And he rolled a natural 20.
Oh, nice.
I got a 16, so
Brandon sees the secret door ahead of us.
Threnan points out that there are arcane, very, very tiny arcane script on one of the last steps at the base of the stairs.
I could roll Arcana.
Try to figure
Sure.
out what it is.
Let's figure it out. Unless it's exploding runes. I keep saying that, but it's going to happen eventually. 19.
19.
It's not a problem.
You unfortunately do not recognize the arcane scripting.
Oh, man. With a 19? Okay, shoot.
Well, I guess it's technically not a trap, whatever it is.
No, it might be, and that seems important. Let's not step on that.
Yeah. Well, yes, of course.
We have the option
Ooh,
of
that
not.
was a good time.
Are you guys going to leap across, essentially?
Yeah, just hop down past that step.
I'm going to let him do it first. Actually, I'm going to let everyone else do it first.
You
You're squishy.
you hop over the stair,
I am your wizard.
and like the first two people are able to get to the door. Everyone else is still stuck
Okay.
on the other side of the.
Just because there's only so much room. Yeah,
Exactly.
sure.
Okay.
It's one of the last steps.
Yeah, sure.
So
So
Or
we
the
get
first coming from the other direction.
So I guess Hoss gets down to the second to last step, and
is it like it's like the second or third step?
okay, so I get down one past, and I stop and turn back and say, okay, tighten your belts.
Dirty loins.
We need to sneak out of here and expect a fight.
Gird your lions.
Just have a thought. I cannot. I
We're
can't.
not going to sleep here for 8 hours.
No. I'm not gonna. Wait, why did he ask that? I'm a short rest caster. Anyway,
Hit points.
I could disguise myself as one of the Draugr in case they weren't really telling us much about the orcs and they actually have an alliance.
How tall are you?
Go for it.
I'm tall enough that it doesn't matter. No. Yes, it does. Probably. As an elf.
Yeah, is it a foot that you can change with
What
this
was it?
guy
I
self?
picked the average size. I don't have it written here. Shoot. Essentially, I'm going for a standard size elf, which
Okay.
is probably pretty short by human standards,
I'm
but not small.
going to need you to pick up some dice. We're going to figure out what Lysander looks like.
Oh, geez. No, wait.
As long as this adventure, we figure out how tall he
I
is.
already had a descriptor from the beginning of the game, just not the height.
Yeah, we're going to figure out how tall he is.
121.
There's a table.
Okay. I thought we were just gonna give him random.
Okay.
What type of elf are
characteristics.
you?
He's a wood elf.
Sure. Am I
Go
rolling
ahead
on
and roll
percentile?
2d10.
Oh, 2d10. Okay. I was gonna
You're
roll
like
percent-
humanish height.
So
Yeah, you're
A
about
little less
humanish.
than human.
looks like 5'7" is the average.
Here we go. It's gonna be a 8 and a 7, or sorry, 70 if we're going with percentile.
No, it's a 15. You add them together.
Sure.
So that puts you 15 inches. So I hate this.
Could
So
be a tall
6.
elf.
So
5'9".
You're 5'9".
Oh, so actually pretty much lower giant.
Your average height. Yeah. So if
And-
you crouch down,
Roll a d4 for me, please. 15.
Okay. That's a 2.
So 30. So you weigh 130 pounds.
Oh. That's pretty heavy for an elf of that size.
A halfling is more than half the height of the average human.
5'9", 130 male. No,
No way I have that wrong, yeah.
Slender.
I'm.
how much do you weigh? Again?
Off the top of my head.
He's
No. I mean the elf.
Oh, for yeah.
Or-
You said 130.
30. You're
I'm writing that down. All right, there we go.
slenderish.
Yeah, he's fairly slender, especially since he's standing close to
Yeah.
6 feet tall.
Yeah, especially if I have like lean muscle for the sake of dexterity. Thing.
Yeah. Anyways,
Like 140.
you've gotten down to the door, and you were discussing about hiding as Dwargar. You're a little too tall for that.
Shoot, I could.
You could crouch.
I could be a very unconvincing Dwargar.
You would be a very tall Dwargar, yes.
You'll be the tallest of the Dwargar. You'll be the king of the Dwargar.
So
No way.
Joff and
You guys keep doing stuff
Well-
while I figure this out. I'm thinking of a disguise.
Jasmal, are you good at sneaking?
You could be an orc.
I don't
did we
think,
see
I don't
any
think
good
we've
orcs
actually asked
recently
this.
that I can model myself?
Jasmal says that
Just be a generic
she's had a long and storied career.
What was the question? I missed it.
Is she good at sneaking?
She's pretty good.
Okay.
She's not as good as Joff or Threnin, but she's comparable.
Okay.
I could become a spider. Spiders.
So the problem is, like right now, our point people are NPCs.
Yeah.
So,
or what people?
Important people.
well, I said our point people.
Oh, point people. I
Our
thought you said
NPCs.
important people.
No.
Yeah, Threnin, Jasmal, and Joff are the sneakiest and most likely to be able to scout and stuff.
If I'm a giant spider, I'm by far the sneakiest. I'm plus
Oh,
7
okay.
and stuff.
Well, if you want to do that,
the
Sure.
thing that we can also
And
do if need be
At
is
worst, if you roll a bad stealth check, the worst that happens is you get stepped on.
Yes.
Well,
No,
still a
giant,
giant spider.
I was saying a giant spider
or
is
you're
has
also
super
go, oh,
sneaky.
giant spider. That's,
Oh, you're gonna be a giant spider.
it's Tuesday.
Well, yeah,
Oh, yeah,
or you're right. Or
that's
I could become a normal sized spider
that's
too.
completely
The
normal.
tiny
Bob
spider,
brought his,
you would absolutely not
his
be
dog to
spotted.
work.
Yes.
It's a giant spider. That might raise some questions.
Yeah, but they're very
they can move
stealthy.
They can be pretty stealthy.
That is true. Yes.
In a pinch, I can always cast invisibility on up to 2 people. So
You want to be a giant spider?
I mean, if we need a good scout in a head who's a PC.
So we'll have you and Joff maybe,
Sure.
because you can fight in that form.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not my best, but it's a
I'm-
decent fighting.
Right now, I can't cast or help, and then you can do your thing.
that's the way you refer to it as you can do your thing. Sure.
Yeah. Whatever crazy plan you came up with, go for it.
But
Get
here's the
under
thing:
the
if you like, why don't you go with tall Dwargar, and you can just speak nonsense.
That's what I was thinking. Even if I, all right, so could do that. Comprehend languages. So for an hour, I can talk,
It's amusing
or I
that you
can
guys
understand
are
anything.
arguing on a staircase.
Yeah. Was
With
this
like a
was this
divide.
rod? When I did the rod thing, was it pointing at the door or was it pointing at the step?
It was pointing at the door.
Okay.
So
Alright.
I didn't even recognize the step. That's
Yes,
interesting.
sir.
Well, assuming the step
Might
was
not
on
be.
the
It might not be.
a
Okay.
trap.
You're done.
Could just be like a stay away.
Could be a door.
Houses-
Could be a doorbell.
Hoss is on the other side. He could just walk back up the stairs.
I don't want to test this.
We didn't bring the iPad.
What I am going to do is, if we have about
You-
10
you-
minutes
you can watch.
in game,
Um,
Lysander is going to take the time to cast Comprehend Languages as a ritual.
Currently crowded on a staircase.
some Prime videos on this.
Do you want me to like get back
I
up
just
to
have
the
to make
top
sure we're-
landings?
I'm,
If need be,
yeah, I'm fine if you want to do that.
I'm just thinking like if we take a sec to do this, we can enact a plan that guarantees that we'll actually get, hit off on them before everything goes.
We'll
crazy.
guarantee
Yeah.
that you'll understand what they say.
I love it when people say guarantees.
I mean, I will guarantee I understand what they're saying. I literally will.
when the flim flam man guarantees things to you, that's what you really want.
As long as it doesn't take a literal hour for us to walk through and get back out, which it might.
Yeah. I'm happy with you taking 10 minutes up on the little landing if you want to hold a little magic party for yourself.
You sure? Everyone's fine with this?
Yeah.
All right, you're fine with me casting it? Awesome.
So, Lysander, you were going to go back up to the landing. Was
Don't-
anybody going to go with him?
Just gonna kind of do my voodoo. I
Do
actually
you
don't know
want
what that
do you
would
want me
look
to
like.
bodyguard you?
Sure.
Okay.
Do you want to stop standing on the staircase for 10 minutes?
Yes.
Okay.
Lysander and Bruce, you go back up to the door,
That is good.
and you
If you give him a squeeze.
begin
Yeah.
casting.
That's a mouse.
Bruce, you're kind of having a hard time seeing because Hoss has the lantern.
Yeah, I have my
Oh.
hand. I mean,
I can-
my hands
oh,
all
okay.
fiery.
That-
It's not a lot. It's not a big distance flame, so it's
Yeah.
still harder.
As you are,
I'm just keeping
doing
my
the
ears
ritual.
out. My
Yeah.
ears are good.
What's your passive perception?
17.
That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, I have that insane passive perception.
Okay.
I have my beast senses.
As you are holding out your produced flame and you are beginning your ritual, you can hear the sounds of somebody kind of creeping up on you guys.
On your side of the door.
No, like they
Where
left
the
you guys
top landing.
down at the bottom of the staircase, and they went up to the landing to do the ritual.
Oh.
So you're saying they hear or you hear?
He hears it.
Something's behind us towards the Dwargar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
I warp into giant spider mode, who has 10 feet blind sight, 60 feet dark sight, dark
Okay.
vision.
So your produced flame disappears.
Yeah, if you want to like poke me and then go.
Yeah, I poke you with this crazy spider.
Here.
You look around and you don't see anything.
Okay.
You hear something.
Okay.
Do I hear something also? Well,
No.
my passive perception is a 14, if that helps.
You don't.
Okay.
Joff and
What
Hoss
is
are
it?
at the bottom of the stairs.
I just if I ready in case I see something, I'm gonna shoot it with spidery silk.
Okay.
Bruce, what is it? Okay,
And I point in the direction that I hear the
something
noise.
is there. Maybe we should move further into the dungeon before I start doing this. Especially if something's
I mean,
hiding.
we can.
Okay. Let's start doing that. Now,
Okay.
Let me abandon the comprehend languages for a sec. I am, however, going to disguise myself as a orc as best I can.
Okay. So you go back down the stairs.
Oh, you're going with Orc and not Dorker?
I'm deciding that might be better. A tall dwargar would draw way too much attention.
Okay. So it's illusory, but yeah, you can pretend to have muscles.
Yep.
There is a DC for them to see through it if they start actually checking me.
It won't be necessary. All it takes is a sword swipe through the illusion to
Yes.
realize.
Okay, yeah, but if they're that much a set of jerks, why don't they just kill each other?
Who says they don't?
Okay, you've got me there. I'm bad at this.
Hoss and Joff and Bishop are waiting at the door. You guys come down the stairs.
You guys
I'm
see-
climbing upside down the staircase
You
top,
guys see some guy in heavy armor. Lysander in his voice just says, "Yeah, it's me."
and I gesture back and make a little walking
Oh yeah, Bruce.
this way and
Bruce,
growl.
there was something at the top of the stairs stalking us, but he couldn't see it or anything. It's just he was nudging me in the direction of someone who's over there.
Okay, we could be outliving our welcome. Let's
Let's get out of here.
let's get going.
So you guys are gonna open the door.
Yep.
As the door in front of you opens, the door behind you is closed by an unseen entity.
Okay.
Okay, let's get the heck out of here.
But we don't see any. We don't see any that came through the door.
It actually-
More like they closed it from the outside, as far as we can tell, rather than they closed it behind them and walked in.
You did not see any disturbance on the door.
Okay.
Like you didn't see a hand grabbing around the door. You didn't see anyone standing at the top of the stairs, closing the door in front of them.
The door closes seemingly of its own accord.
Okay, fair enough.
That's
And
worrisome.
you open up the door in front of you. It's a push. As you push the door open, you step out into an octagonal antechamber with 3 statues of dwarven women with axes over their heads. There are 2 doors to your left, one like here and one right there, and a staircase leading down over there. And
Hoss pauses and says, "I wonder if this door handle is a trap that makes those ladies animate and kill anyone who tries to open it."
the
That's
door
my
that
guess.
you're currently standing
Yeah.
in, or the 2 doors in front of you?
We
the
have
the
all-
door that we just came, the door we're coming out.
Okay.
I'm betting that one's trapped.
As you look around your door, you can see that on your guys' side, it looked like a door. On the other side, it doesn't look like a door.
Okay.
Secret door.
All right.
Love these. We should do this all the time. Just head backwards through the dungeon. Everything's an obvious.
Way easier.
The first secret door wasn't obvious, but the second one was.
I'll wager the way out is down the stairs.
Yeah.
Did we want to risk seeing what the other doors are?
I nod in my spidery form.
Hoss would like to inspire one of the competent people to check for traps.
You say that like I don't know what I'm doing. Also, checking for traps would be just investigation.
No, it's perception.
Sorry,
Do
perception.
you want to do it, or do you want to let the rogue or the bard?
Sorry, let the rogue do it.
Okay.
Or if he's better.
I help.
Yay! Brennan investigates. Well, actually, it's perception check, but irrelevant. He looks at it, and he can see that there are scoring marks in front of the doors. And then he tries to make an intelligence check, which he succeeds, and he realizes that these doors aren't ever really used. And then he looks at the statues and he says, these score marks, looks like the axes of the statues drop.
Oh. We dealt with so many mechanical statues so far. We had that
It
one in the
says
other dungeons.
Dwarves.
D&D loves.
So he says,
It
If I had
looks
to
so. It looks like
guess-
if we try to open the door and it sets off an axe dropping, that we're in the right place for it to nearly drop on us.
yeah, he says that if I had to guess, with the doors not being used and the statue's arms dropping if you're standing in front of it, these doors are probably fake.
Makes sense. Well, I guess let's go down the steps. We just came through the door that this place goes to anyway. So
Oh, now that we seem to be in a safer room, I am going to take the time to cast Comprehend Languages.
Do you close the secret door behind you?
We should probably do that.
yes.
Well, do that and then purposefully run away from the range of the axes dropping.
Or just don't stand under the axes at the fake doors.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, just being careful and paranoid. It's a dungeon. Okay, yeah, let's close the thing.
Okay. So while he's doing that,
Yep.
I take a look at the secret door and see how I could reopen it.
Sure. Make an investigation check.
Just start doing the Macarena in the corner. I don't know how to do it anymore.
9.
Nine.
Okay. You don't quite figure it out.
Okay. So
Well,
I know the door's there, but
Thrennen kind of comes up to it and he's like, you want to press this dwarven rune engraved on the wall.
Thank you, Thrennen.
He says, no problem. Then he goes and he stands at the staircase leading down. He just has his crossbow and he's kind of investigating.
Okay.
I
Making
make,
sure nothing
I make the
creeps
signal.
up.
Do you want us to cast beast speech, basically, too?
Oh, well,
Speak with
So
animals.
while he's doing that,
jeez. So 20 minutes later,
Yep. 20 minutes of your 2 hours.
if you guys actually
I asked you to take the invocation where you can just do it.
yeah. So while he's doing that, I'm going to talk with Thrennen and
I'll be thinking for next time to swap out.
basically say, so I think we're still interested in helping you. I don't know if going through the Underdark is the way to go. There may be a different way to get there that maybe you'll want to look into, and we can help. We have things we also need to take care of. I understand you're frustrated. Attacking the dragon, I don't think was a good idea. And I would like to express, I hope in the future that you may be more circumspect in your actions.
He asks, what does that mean?
Think about what you're doing.
He kind of nods and he says, I appreciate... Are you talking in Dwarvish or in Common?
You know what? I'm talking in Dwarvish.
Okay. He says, I appreciate what you have to say. I understand my actions were not logical. And while we had the time here, and then he switches to common, and he kind of gestures to all of you. He says, I wanted to extend my apologies to all of you. It was not right the way that I acted. I was caught up in the heat of the moment, and I apologize.
Thank you.
Thank you, Thrennen.
We appreciate it.
Let's,
Oh, yeah, your mom
as soon as we're ready,
He needs to make an insight check because you're gesturing with talent.
Yes, yes.
He rolls high enough, I assume.
He actually thinks that you gave him the finger.
Us, as soon as you're ready,
You have a lot of them.
let's
Double deuces.
sneak in and kill some orcs.
He nods. So 20 minutes pass, and you begin making your way down.
You speak spider.
Yes, I speak spider. What does that sound like?
Clicking.
So
No.
the staircase extends a very long ways down before arriving at a small landing, and then another staircase leading even further down. How much lamp oil do you have, by the way? Because you've been burning it consistently for a couple hours now.
Yeah, how many hours? Hang on.
My standard read.
Especially because nobody has dark vision.
I have dark
I have
vision now.
dark vision.
For now, I wasn't counting you.
Okay, actually, I have.
Why would
So
you
I've
tell
got
me?
three. I
Jordan's
have
got dark vision.
3 bottles of oil. Each bottle is good for how long?
That's not the player's handbook.
Why didn't you not?
It might be an
I'm
hour.
guessing
it
an
might
hour.
be an hour.
It's like 1 hour or 3 hours.
I think
can't
each
remember.
bottle is a pint, and a pint is an hour, but I don't know for sure. Comes in pints now.
I would love a pint.
If it is a pint an hour, these are terrible lanterns.
Yeah, that's.
It's like an ounce an hour.
Man. You see, this is why magic has revolutionized the world.
put it-
We should build.
Burns for 6 hours per pint.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Okay.
So I've gone through at least one.
Okay.
Does that sound right to you?
Like, you've only... In terms
6
of
hours?
being in,
Oh, I guess. So I'm still on one.
Yeah, you're still using one. Because this is a... Like, you've only been short resting here. You haven't done a lot
Yeah,
of
that's true.
stuff. There was... Like, the battle with the dragon was a minute or less. The short rest was an hour. And then the investigation and discussion with Namira was maybe another half an hour. And
Okay.
then the 20 minutes for all the ritual casting.
So I still have my 3. It's just I haven't had to refill it yet.
Okay. So as the stairs come down to a landing, the tunnel curves. It doesn't curve off. It makes a sharp L turn to the right. In front of you.
Okay, me and Jeff are on point, right?
Yeah, I assumed that's what you guys said you were going to do.
Yep.
And you guys should check for secret doors.
Check for traps. Yes.
I'll try to help.
Order up!
I remember
How
mentioning,
far is Joff and the spider?
We should probably be some distance out. I don't know,
Ahead?
40 feet? More? 50?
I mean,
I'm hoping far enough away that we could be a separate little
you know what?
unit.
Yeah, you're right.
But
We
far
should-
enough,
should
but
be
not
40,
so far
yeah.
ahead that we're completely out of contact with each other.
Exactly. So there should be like 40 feet or so because we don't. Because like I'm not particularly quiet and I want to make sure I don't
Clank, clank, clank.
noise you up.
I wanna know.
All right, so you're about 40 feet ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can see.
That's the usual standard is like 60 feet because
Okay.
you can sprint up in one turn.
Yep.
Yeah. And I got 22 perception.
Okay. You don't notice any obvious traps.
Okay.
As you round the corner, the tunnels, the carved tunnel that you're in right now, about 10 feet wide, so you can fit reasonably well. Directly in front of you is a stone door.
Okay.
It appears to be a plain stone door, closed.
How far would you say we've gone already? Heading back out.
Pretty long way down.
So we keep heading down. That continues to worry me.
Well,
I mean, up is down.
yeah, I'm thinking that we
thinking
were
it'd be
up
fine.
in the mountain and we're going like down to the redoubt.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
actually,
my guess. That's my guess. Is
Because
why we're
the
keeping
falling
it down.
water requires that there's a higher up point, but it has to.
Plus, we climbed up a bit past.
Thinking-
Like if I remember correctly, we climbed up a bit past to get to the water,
And then we drop down.
and then we went into the water, and then we climbed up a ways.
So yeah, sorry. No, this is consistent. I was thinking,
Yeah.
oh no, we've been duped.
I mean, it's a perfectly reasonable assumption to make.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Turns out you suckered us into going into the Underdark.
I don't need to sucker you. I have plenty of ways to get you there.
We barely didn't go this time around with zero prep.
So there's a actually. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a stone door in front of you.
Okay. So, if it's not something that Spider Towns can operate, I gesture towards Joff to have him try to work it.
Goff steps up and he starts pulling, and he's kind of dragging his feet. Very, very.
Is it enough that I can grab my talons and lend?
After like a couple minutes, yeah, then you can start to fit your talons in.
All 8 of them.
As you kind of, I want to say rip, but like as you pull the stone door open, you can see that on the other side, they had heavy iron rivets kind of set into the stone with silver engraving, as well as something that's not quite familiar to you, but you recognize enough to recognize it, is Durgeddon's smith mark embedded into the door.
Okay. Neato.
Sweet.
That's on the axe as well, right?
It is on the axe, and I think that's it. Yeah.
So
By the way, shield is a plus something shield, right?
Plus
It's not
plus
just-
1.
Is a plus 1? Okay, good.
+1 shield with temperate effect,
And the goblin.
and goblin bane.
So it protects against extreme temperature, is that the
Right.
Not. I mean,
Like not
It's not huge protection. It's more comfort than protection.
it's a shield.
like
of
you can
endurance.
survive comfortably in negative 20 degrees and 120 degrees. It feels like an average spring day. So it was like
That's pretty good.
The dead of winter and the peak of summer in this area, you could mostly survive with just a shield
Okay.
and some plain clothes.
Magic items are cool, man.
Who would have guessed? It's like you're supposed to go get them or something.
But we did.
So you swing the door open, and in front of you, basically, you cannot see the walls as the lantern peeks up. This chamber is so massive that you can watch the walls run off into darkness outside of lantern light, outside of dark vision, and surrounding you are what is it? Oh, here it is. Glimmering of a faint phosphorescence. You can see the ceiling.
Helping humans since
You can see the ceiling. which
Tolkien
is-
started writing.
You can see the ceiling, which is 50 feet above you,
Okay.
which is where you're going to have to be if you're climbing in the Glitterhame. And bright flecks and gleaming stone formations are visible in the distance. Patches of strange fungi dot the floor, including capped stalks standing as tall as a human and glowing puffballs about a yard wide.
Gross.
Where you guys are standing, you can just make out a high stone ledge to your right.
Okay.
Okay.
And some glowing things in the distance.
Yeah, there's like small patches of phosphorescent fungus. The stone ledge kind of rises 20 feet into the air before opening into a chamber.
I believe, unless I broke it, I've got a glass vial. I might actually take some of that phosphorescent fungi. That sounds pretty neat. If we're ever in need of extra light or signal.
So I can climb up the wall towards and peek over into that cave entrance.
Do you want to?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Haas
So-
says 3 taps if we should follow you.
Yes.
If you guys are up to it, I can
you-
go take some of that.
Make
go
a,
for it.
make a survival check.
Sure.
And Haas says try not to disturb the mushrooms too much to everybody in general.
I'll have to rip it up, I mean. But yes.
Do you rip it up or do you cut it at the base?
I would go to the base. Just
Okay. You
15.
15. As you make a nice clean cut, you pull the fungus off. As that happens, the fungus loses phosphorescence.
Oh.
Slide it into the glass vial.
But I want I want a glowy mushroom.
You have
If you want
you
if you want the mushrooms to glow, you could try eating it.
you now have reagents.
I do, but I don't need them. I am a warlock.
I'll take them.
So as you
You
climb
want,
up the rocky ledge,
If a vial with a
it
mushroom in
leads into darkness, extending far back. I'm not sure, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50, 55, 60. You cannot see the other end of it.
Okay, but it's just a passageway, a plain passageway. What I see?
It's a passageway that then opens up into a cavern. You can't see the other side.
Okay.
So it could be as big as the chamber you're in now, or just outside of your
Yeah,
vision.
sure. Okay, I'll climb back down.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Climb down 20 to 30 feet, so it takes you 6 seconds or so to get back to the party.
Yep.
Okay.
I say, I kind of shrug. Oh no, I can speak. I tell them what I see. I tell.
You tell Lysander, who then tells everybody else.
A lot of translation going
What
on
do
in
your
this.
spider eyes see?
Yes.
So let's see. We so the chamber we're in has this little ledge nearby that leads to another chamber. Has the door we have, and then beyond that, we just see that there are maybe boundaries to the chamber.
You can see, like, the lantern light runs out before
Right.
it hits the walls.
Right. But we can kind of discern.
You can discern, like, there's plenty in front of you.
Yeah.
It's a wide.
It's just your field of view isn't large enough to see everything.
Okay.
I tell Lysander.
There's also flecks of phosphorescent and glowing fungi.
Okay.
So ask them if they think we should just go deeper into this cavern or check out the tunnel. It looks like the two major options.
a good question. Passing on.
Thank you.
Let's make a quick check of the chamber.
Sure.
We won't like if this seems enormous. Maybe we investigate the tunnel, but we'll take a quick check of the chamber to make sure there's nothing unpleasant here.
Or
And
any
then
orcs.
if there are any other exits, we go that way.
Yeah, and the reason I was going to the fake doors before was we sort of want to go room to room because we're cleaning out the orcs and we don't know exactly where they are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we should investigate this chamber first.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put too much stock in random orcs being able to open up secret doors without dying horribly.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Orcs aren't stupid,
Yeah. Except the stupid ones.
except this.
Well, I don't see any of those guys walking around with a degree.
So we walk into the chamber.
Wait.
We start. Me and Joff do the scouting ahead thing, walking into the chamber.
Into the
The large area
the largest
ahead
area?
of
Okay.
us.
Making Lysander more and more
So,
of a
like where you guys were was still semi cleared out. As you're going forward, the ground becomes more less worked, more covered in rubble. Like there were rock falls and collapses and things like that in front of you. As you are moving along,
You don't want to
the
finish this?
lantern light reveals that there is another ledge, just barely on the flickering edges of dark vision and torchlight. Another ledge on the far left. You'd have to move through quite a bit of refuse to get there, and the chamber continues to extend forward ahead of you.
You watch that?
Okay, but it's another ledge and an opening.
No opening, but a ledge.
Okay, interesting.
Could you make a perception check for me?
Totally.
Man, that hell on the soundtrack.
15.
Okay.
Singing and Sea Monsters?
You hear a squelching sound come from the ledge that you left at this point.
Okay, I turn around. I'm not close enough to see anything on it, am I? Is it more than 6?
You don't see anything on the ledge. You
Yeah.
hear the noise from.
Yeah, so
You also
deeper
have,
in.
you also have tremor sense.
yeah,
only
but
10 feet.
dark vision 10 feet, or blind vision, blind sight 10 feet. But
Sorry, yes.
it's just really good. It's really good for like fog and darkness spells.
Sorry.
It's very bad for.
So the squelching.
So I tell everyone, yeah, I hear something from up there.
Lysander tells everyone.
Yes.
Okay.
I tell
That-
Lysander to tell everyone.
That you hear something akin to like rending flesh.
Oh, okay, let's...
Like something might be eating up there,
Like if you've ever eaten a turkey leg.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like that on a bigger scale.
raw and wriggling.
Worrisome. Oh boy, you can find another spider maybe.
Or a dragon.
Best friend.
Or another dragon.
Or the same
I'll
dragon.
stealth closer,
Okay.
and
Dragon, where'd you
I tell these guys, I tell us, I'm like, maybe I'll go investigate.
If you're up to it, sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Make a stealth check.
Yay!
Oh boy.
We're playing D&D.
Are you?
22.
That's pretty damn good.
Blew my mind.
So you climb up the 20-foot ledge back up to the counter. You look down, and it's the same as what you saw before.
Do I still hear the? Okay, but I can't.
You don't see anything, no.
Okay. Interesting. And my kind of my spider senses for 10 feet of invisible things around me doesn't notice anything I can't see.
Nope.
Huh. Interesting. Okay.
Like I said, you couldn't see the other end of the cavern.
Yeah.
Like it opened up, didn't close off.
Okay. I'll keep stealthing in a little deeper to see if I can see a little bit.
Do the
Hoss is-
I'm on the ceiling.
Okay. The
Hoss is-
ceiling is much closer to you at this point. Hoss is
Haas is examining the slope and figuring out where we'll be climbing up it, because it sounds like we're probably going to need to move up.
You are able to determine that if you were to try and do that, it would be a non-trivial task and would require like a check of some kind, basically an athletics check to climb up.
Okay. Haas suggests to Joff that I give him a boost, and he takes this rope up, secure it, and go climb up.
Joff asks if it makes sense for him to go up because you have a higher strength.
Isn't he better? I guess climbing is athletics. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He says if Bishop had his saddle, he could just have Bishop's climb speed do it.
Oh, but no.
But no, we had to go rushing out of Alagon with all due haste.
Okay. So, let's...
That does sound
all
like Joff.
So I say, give me a boost, and I try to climb up. Can I get help?
I'm still
Jasmal offers... Actually, no, Thrennen offered because he's actually a fairly strong individual.
Okay.
And Thrennen actually realizes, wait, maybe I should be the one to do this.
He's
I can
probably-
help Thrennen.
He might be very good at climbing.
Never mind. You should be the one to do this.
I should... No, actually, no.
He skipped arm day.
Yeah,
Man.
he does not assist.
Okay. Does anybody else assist?
I'm
One
still in the
assist.
I'm still in the
Okay.
tunnel, so certainly I would if I was there, but I'm not there
I
right
can
now.
certainly give you a boost. I'm probably bad at it.
And trying
Thrennen
to,
already tried.
try to carefully
No, no,
climb up.
Yeah.
16.
Neat.
Nice. You are able. It's funny. The check to assist is actually higher than the required to climb. You are able to get up there. You can see. You're carrying the lantern, right?
Yeah, I handed it to you,
Oh,
and,
okay.
and I think we at this point we hood it.
Yeah.
You hood it. You climb up. You can hear him coming pretty obviously. You climb up and you start running a rope down.
Yeah, I look for a place to tie a rope to where I can brace and to...
Make a perception check. Is Bruce doing anything? Bruce wanted to move.
I was moving a little bit.
This is while he's doing
I
his
was
thing.
careful. I was stealthily moving down the tunnel because I want to see if I can get a beat on it before.
I want to stay kind of out of sight from the tunnel, so I'm doing it kind of like around the edge of the tunnel.
Yeah. Near to where the door is kind of like a ledge that is out of sight of the tunnel.
Okay.
It's like ledge, tunnel into cavern.
All right.
Not trying to
yeah.
not silhouetting yourself against the opening to the.
Right, exactly, yeah.
You are. What was your perception?
12.
Okay. You're having a hard time seeing right now because with the hooded lantern, you only have 5 feet of dim light to see.
Right.
Want me to uncover that thing?
Well, I guess I'm probably like using the very dim light and like feeling around for like a place that I can loop a rope
You're
around to
able
brace.
to find a stalactite, kind of blind manning.
Okay.
And you're like, okay, this is about right. And then you start.
Yeah,
make
and I toss the rope down.
sleight of hand check to tie the rope.
Well, I'm not tying it so much as I'm... Well, I guess I am kind of tying it.
Yeah, sure. You make your way down the cavern. You can see that if you move maybe 10, 15 feet, the cavern ends just outside of your dark vision. It's kind of shaped like an axe, like a two-headed axe.
Okay. Yep.
Where like the tunnel goes in, and then it opens up into these 2 rounded chambers that then close out in the center.
Okay.
Your perceptioning, you can hear the noises coming from either side, and then stop.
All this. I heard noises from both sides, and then they stopped.
Right.
Okay.
What did you roll?
10.
Okay. You are fairly certain that knot is tied tightly. It will give advantage to everyone who wants to climb up and or down this ledge.
Yep, so I got it like looped around and I'm kind of holding onto it and like I have my foot against the wall and I've tossed the rope down.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
And I
gonna
give it a
try
shot.
and stealth. I'm gonna try and stealth back down the hallway a little bit, but I'm keeping an eye that something might be following me.
Okay, so you fall back.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I should have turned on my see invisibility. That would have been great.
Also, I think it's time to pass out torches.
Yeah.
You said you were falling back and making sure nothing followed you, right?
Well, yeah. I'm trying to be stealthy on the way back, but I'm assuming there's a certain possibility that they heard me and they're coming my way. So I
Okay.
just don't want to be like dumb to dumb and they sneak up behind me while I'm stealthing back.
Right. As
You're on the
you
scene.
make your way back, Haas, you hear the sounds of a large spider emerge from the tunnel nearby you. You're fairly certain it was Bruce. Bruce, you pick up the sound of slithering behind you as
Okay.
you emerge from the tunnel.
Okay. So I say to Lysander,
Slithering.
incoming.
We should get on that ledge, he thinks.
That's hopefully what has been going on.
Yeah. So then what I'll do is I'll climb out onto the side of the wall.
So I'll get advantage on us.
So let me get this right. There's a ledge, the cave mouth, and then there's the side of the wall. So I'm gonna get on like the side of the wall so I can see the cave mouth and I can see the ledge.
Okay. Haas and Bruce. Joff is still down there. Bruce, you are able to see these rather interesting snake-like creatures.
Gross.
Except for the fact that instead of a head, they have a octopus beak with 4 tentacles writhing around their mouth.
Gross.
Oh.
So, like that.
Oh, I actually haven't seen those guys. In
Oh, jeez. Last time I saw those, it was in 3.5, and no one ever used them.
You can tell that their skin is very rock-like. You are the only one to spot them as they begin creeping out of the tunnel and spot Haas. What's your passive perception?
Okay, and I told Lysander
11.
incoming, so no one
Okay.
should be shocked.
And also,
Unless they're super
I got
sneaky.
14.
They
That's my passive perception.
they are sneaky enough.
Okay.
Shoot.
Like I
Then-
said, their
then-
skin gives them the appearance of rock.
Okay, so
making it hard
then
to
if I
see.
know where they are, I'm going to try... Before they get to anyone, I'm going to try and shoot one with my spider silk. I'm assuming we have to do initiative at some point here.
We're doing initiative now.
Okay.
You and them will get a surprise round.
Okay, fair enough.
So,
Threnan got an 8.
You could turn the NPCs into just magic missile turrets. They just automatically do damage to something a small amount of damage every turn.
Jasmine got
That is one way to handle it.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that before. All right.
Yeah.
Joff and Bishop get rolled into one, and they got I think that's a 15.
It's the simplest possible way to represent them doing something.
Okay. What'd you get?
18.
Okay.
20.
I got a 12.
Okay. So,
Not rolling high tonight.
Lysander, 18. Bruce, and 20?
Yep.
Okay.
You know what I learned today? You can't take reactions during a surprise round.
Right.
That's rough for wizards who like to use shield.
Bruce, you go first.
Okay. I'll try and shoot one with my web.
Okay. Shoot one with a web.
Okay. Oh, well, that almost certainly doesn't hit. That's an 8 versus armor class.
They are not zombies.
Okay,
That's-
yep. That's the only thing that would have hit.
So,
So you guys see me fire off a big sticky splotch of
yeah.
web stuff.
Hoss, you were kind of just standing there bracing in case people climbed up. You suddenly hear the sound of as webbing is shot out, and as you look over, you can see these creatures twisting their way towards you.
Okay.
That was Bruce's turn. Joff's at the base. He's getting ready to climb the rope. Lysander, you're getting ready to climb the rope. And it is now Jasmine and the Grip's turn. One of them is going to slither up the wall towards you.
Oh, nice.
And one of them's going to slither along the ground towards you.
Nice. So they have a climb speed too. How's this?
Oh, interesting. So, armor class?
14.
So that is a 15 plus 4, so a 19.
It certainly hits.
All right. So, as he's crawling up towards you, he lashes out with a tentacle, and he grabs a hold. He kind of smacks you. Wow, shit. That was max damage, 14.
Nice.
And then, because it has a tentacle wrapped around you, it then kind of pulls towards you, and the beak goes to bite you.
Okay. Am I literally grappled or no?
You are not literally grappled. They're just pulling towards you.
Okay.
13 plus 4 is 17.
That is a hit too.
All right.
It's a pull.
You take another 6 piercing as the beak kind of cuts into your spider flesh. Now one of them is going to try and bite, or try and grab a hold of Hoss. That's not going to work. 12?
No.
As you see the tentacle coming, you're like, whew, smashes into the stone. Because they did not grab you, they do not get to make a beak attack.
Okay.
I really like that mechanic.
If
of
it hits,
multi-attack.
yeah. If it hits.
Next up is Threnin and Hoss. Now is your turn.
Can they do that on a reaction?
They can hit with one of their attacks.
Okay. Okay. So I'm next. All right. So I am going to light a torch. I'm going to take out a torch, light it.
That's an action.
Yep.
Okay.
And then drop it at my feet as I go down the rope.
You're gonna commando slide down the rope.
Rappel
Yeah,
down.
essentially. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like I'm out of here.
You light the rope.
I am too close.
You're a robot. You can't
You don't light the rope. You light the torch.
Yeah.
Drop it at your feet, and then just
Yep. So like the platform is lit.
yeah. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
Lit
Sure.
AF.
Do I get advantage from the rope?
Yes.
Rope burn.
I was going to say, you can't. He's a robot.
He does the rope
18.
burn.
All right. You are able to commando slide down the rope, landing at the base of this rock slide 20 feet away. They are going to get an attack of opportunity against you.
Yep. One of us, right?
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah. Okay. You said they, and I'm like, wait.
They use they them pronouns.
Sure.
Second verse, same as the first. They miss.
Okay. Good. I'm just like, they're like fire. Oh, and then they're like, by the time they're getting out of the way, they're like, oh, it's just a torch. I'm like, go.
That is your turn.
Yes.
All right.
Where'd he go?
And-
Bruce.
Oh, okay. Back up to the top.
I'm,
okay.
I'm like, I step back from the rock as much as I can. As the
You
enemy.
can get about 10 feet away.
My web does not recharge.
And Hall says, open the lantern.
Would that take an action to do?
It could be part of your move action. You'll have to set
I
it down.
will.
Oh, okay.
Unless you want to hold it. I'm just saying, like
Oh, I
when
have
you
no reason to hold this thing.
So I
Yeah, I
want
was
to
like,
climb
so-
down
so
to a
when you set it
position
down,
where if I'm
it doesn't
forced
take an
out
action.
of animal form.
It'll be part of
You're not
setting
going to
it
fall.
Yeah, exactly. I basically have to climb down to the
It's
ledge,
not a,
right?
You don't have to climb all the way down
It's
to the
not
ledge, but you do have to climb
It's
down
not torch where you have
like
to activate
around
like
the
thing
brick
and then
and closer
drop
to the
it.
ledge.
Okay.
You could do it
already-
without triggering an attack of opportunity. It would take most of your movement.
And
Okay,
it just
that's what I was
occurred to me
thinking.
that I've had
And can I?
couple
You're
of
like
10-minute
5 feet
breaks.
off the ledge, which isn't enough to.
in which I
cross
could have
fire.
cast
Okay,
it down.
and can I then take an attack on the Grick?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
But then it's no skin off my nose. I mean, I accidentally know what the thing is.
23
Not
versus
going
armor class. I'm assuming that's a hit.
What did you roll?
What?
23.
That hits.
What's what?
No, you're saying you know what
9
one is?
piercing damage.
What
and
item?
has to make a
What?
Constitution save.
You're telling me this. What item are you talking about?
I don't, what item?
con
I don't
save.
know what
I'm
item.
genuinely confused.
That's a 10.
That's a failure. 18 poison. So 9
if there were
piercing,
an,
18
if there were
poison.
an item that we hadn't
Okay.
identified,
Assuming
I
they're
haven't
vulnerable, they
identified.
can be hit by poison.
What have we not identified? I genuinely forgot if we.
The
wand.
The wand?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So as you kind of lash out with your fangs, you bite into this Grick, and you watch as I keep calling it what it is. It's a creature. It is a stone-skinned creature. As you bite into it, you watch as the venom of your spider form is injected into it, and it lets out this really screeching cry.
Oh no, he liked it.
And then he begins to flail that dies down as he goes limp, and his body unsticks from the wall, and he slumps unceremoniously onto the ledge and, just,
Okay.
and lies there limp.
Yep.
Your poison is super effective.
Yes.
Wow.
It was super effective.
I rolled max damage on the poison damage.
That's
Fuck! Never mind.
How much total damage did you do?
Your,
Are
your
they
bite, your
are they
bite-
immune to poison?
No, your bite wasn't magical, so it still had half of your piercing damage.
Ah, yes,
oh, they
yes,
have
yes.
resistance. How much damage did you do?
9 piercing, 8 16
I
poison.
enjoyed that description too much to go back on it. So the Grick is dead. The other Grick will get extra hit points now.
Fair enough.
Oh, that's you've now been punished
That's okay.
for my mistake.
No, no. It's still it evens out to the same thing in the
You
end.
have one less action economy.
Yeah, it's
to
actually
deal with.
better
Yeah.
because one
Okay.
less action economy is better.
All right. Joff's turn. I'm assuming he's going to try and charge up the rope.
Okay, fine. He can try. He can try this. I would just have.
I mean, it's a fair chance he would.
I would just have him hold his.
All the
action
times to
till
roll
it
a natural
comes up.
20.
Oh, he has a bow.
He rolled the natural 20 together.
Oh man, parkour.
He climbs
Parkour,
up very
parkour.
quickly, and as he's leaping through the air, he pulls his short sword and slams them down towards
Nice.
the Grick that attacked you.
My man.
Just
Does he
su-
pull his short
su-
swords or his sword and shield?
His short swords.
He keeps
He
trying
uses
to.
sword and shield. I use the short swords because it
It's
allows
better.
for more attack potential.
Yes.
I-
Ending encounters quicker.
I also don't think that he's aware of that.
He's not, but he doesn't need
Also,
to.
switching the shield in and out is very hard. Switching short sword to bow is relatively easy.
Yeah.
The shield
So-
takes a whole action.
Why can't you
He
just, like,
hits once, but not twice.
attaching
so
ropes to our weapons?
3
You just drop them and then switch our weapons out really quick.
Plus 3 is
Some people do
6.
that.
Halved to 3.
Some people think it's cheesy,
No. I mean, I've seen
but those aren't. He doesn't have a magical short sword.
He does not.
Yep.
So, as he slams the short sword down, he's experienced enough recent resistance problems that he realizes going for the long sword might not be a bad idea. As he cuts it and is like, oh shit.
They're hard to cut.
That ends Joff's turn. Lysander. It's yours.
I'm going to back up just a bit, so I'm still within torchlight. And like,
hooded torchlight or
oh,
full
sorry.
torchlight?
Sorry, hooded. That does or does not take an action to.
It takes an action to raise or lower the hood.
Oh, it does?
It's very fiddly.
Right here, lantern hooded.
Oh, I believe you.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
just
it's
gonna
kind of a
put
fiddly
I'm just going
mechanism.
to put it at my feet.
Yeah, just set it down.
I have dark vision.
You can, and you can see the Grick because he left.
Yeah,
torch
there's a,
on.
that platform is lit now.
Yeah, so you can see it. Gonna
It's a stage.
gonna back up just enough so that it has to make a double move action, presumably to get to me.
Okay.
Kinda.
And then
It's probably going for me.
Blasting. That sucked.
Aw.
Sorry. So, jeez, that's a 12 and an 8.
Both of those miss.
Man.
You slam into the stonework.
Okay.
All right.
Shooting bolts from your hand is just cool.
It's cool.
That ends
Yes.
your turn.
It does end my turn.
All right. Jasmine is going to step back with the same premise that you have and launches a firebolt up at the monstrosity. Her spellcasting is like a +5, which will be enough to hit. So a D10 for hitting with a firebolt. She deals 8 fire damage, which it's not resistance to, and burns the.
Magical fire.
The beaky rockworm hasn't gone yet this round, right?
No, it is going right now.
Okay. I just want to make sure I have that.
The beaky rockworm, as you describe it, is
a good
going
name.
to let out a cry of anguish, which you speak with beasts. Basically,
Scream!
basically,
Like, sweetie, my girlfriend.
it basically translates to
My wife!
you get these pulses
They're
of
called borax.
imagery, which are like emotion, like no words form, but like images appear, and it's basically you killed my wife.
My wife, you monster. It's like, but you're like this thing.
You could talk back. You could say he didn't kill her. He just paralyzed her.
No, I can
The
talk.
Grick
Oh, sorry,
quickly
no.
slides across the dirt. Special attack.
Sorry, no, wait. Beast speech lets me actually talk to animals. I forgot about that.
That is
Comprehend
22.
languages.
Oh, yeah,
Less
that's
than
my armor class.
by comparison. This is why I should be a druid. Just live in the woods, talk to
So
animals.
that is
Your mate was ugly.
11.
Okay, so that knocks me out of beast form.
You, as you kind of
Gonna
lose
have more
your
of your
grip
sandwich?
on the wall, I'm assuming you morph out of combat range.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
because you're right. I can do that with the large creatures. Yep.
And go ahead and make an acrobatics
And
check
your
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you gotta
to
draw.
land on your feet.
To land, not prone. 19.
Okay. You do a quick tumble in the air as you
Superhero landing.
land on the ground. The Grick is going to, as you are falling, the Grick kind of lashed
mean
out
full?
towards you and makes a beak attack.
Did I tell you what?
14,
Instead
so
of your
18.
sandwich,
Yep, that gets past
You
my
can eat a
shield.
carrot
Bashes past
and
my
a
shield.
All right.
and
Kind
then
of
you can
slams into the shield, kind of bites into your arm. You take
eat
another
that.
6 damage.
have stuff, and then have a cookie.
Ferocious.
You hear it translated as "I'll kill you, man, spider creature."
Ooh, it's good.
It understands.
It is Thrennon's turn.
Probably
Thrennon
because you
says,
stopped it.
"Hold him there!" and shoots for sneak attack.
I can take care of it.
I love this.
12 plus 4
This
is
is why
a
when I was-
16. That hits.
Nice.
3d6. That's 9. 14 plus 2 is 16, halved to 8.
Can you please fill this up?
He delivers a fairly solid shot. Unfortunately, due to the strange nature of the rockworm creature, the bolt kind of hits into the flesh, but doesn't pierce as deep as you would have thought. He's like, "Oh, damn creatures! Reloads.
Does have a good hide.
Plus,
Okay. I am going to step back to where I have an angle and take a shot.
Oh, wow. Kablamo. Everyone is now
the
deaf.
the bolts or your magic bullet flies
Hits the top of the
into the tunnel and just sends some chips falling out.
Magic bullet's supposed to bounce off 3 things and hit it. That's the way.
No, that's Thrennon's bolts when he fails
There's
spectacularly.
the Kennedy magic bullet theory.
Bruce,
All right. All right. So then I will morph
Must have softened
into
moss to absorb.
dire Wolverine form, which I haven't used yet.
Oh, no,
Awesome.
it echoed pretty loud.
Dionyscus. So
Everyone has tonight.
medium. So I have a claw claw bite routine.
go ahead and make a claw bite routine. You watch as Bruce takes on a form you guys are not familiar with. It essentially amounts to a large Wolverine.
Oh,
Dire Wolverine. 19, 14, and 20.
some more fangs.
All 3 of those will hit.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Just start calling everybody
So
Bob.
10,
Maybe someday.
10,
You
15,
gotta screw it.
non-magical slashy damage.
All right, so that's rounded down to 9.
Yeah.
No, 8.
6 of it was piercing. The rest was slashing. 9 was slashing, if it matters.
And it will look like this.
Probably doesn't.
So yeah, hold on. 7, 8. Yeah. Okay.
So you're no longer Bruce. You're now Snicked Bub.
This
Wolverine.
this creature, which if anybody wants to make a nature check, they could determine what it is.
Sure.
Sure.
Um,
Might as
that
well.
is always an option. That's a free option on your turns.
On our turns.
Essentially.
Okay, holding on.
But
Waiting.
the creature looks pretty heavily wounded. Is bleeding a kind of a grayish red blood out of its scarrings.
Gross.
I can't tell that because I have dark vision.
No, you can't. It all looks great to you. Joff is going to shoulder away. Or he's going to drop his short swords and he's going to go for a long sword and kind of swing it down two-handed. Ooh, that's not very good. I think that misses. Yeah, he doesn't have a +6 to his attack with his longsword yet. That's an 11. Yeah. So Joff unfortunately misses as it kind of skips off of the stone hide.
Okay.
Lysander, it's your
Damn.
turn.
Well, first I'm going to make that nature check. For free, you said?
Yeah. I usually allow one free skill check during combat.
Yeah,
we go.
especially if it's just
15.
a knowledge check.
Yeah. like just so that we can determine things. This is what is known as a grick,
Oh.
which is, as described, a rockworm creature who they essentially are ambushers who lie in ambush with their hide inside caverns like this, and then attack people by surprise.
Hence the crunching on bones earlier.
Yes.
Crunchings and crunchings.
You also would know that they can come from the Underdark. Like that's kind of where they were birthed, but they've been able to kind of creep over into this plane
Okay.
with somewhat frequency.
You live in the dark. I was born here.
Molded by it. Alright,
But now, what do you want to do with the rest of your turn?
I don't get a sense of its health. I know it's bloody at this point.
You know it's bloody.
Okay, I'm a
It's
blast.
dripping.
Before I blast it, free action to talk. You're gonna go ahead and pull. The whole. Oh, you killed
He's just resting.
my wife. I know. You'll be meeting her again soon in whatever that sounds like. Sounds like a bad connection. Right?
Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in?
Singing the song of my people. Sure. Not bad.
As you morph into the dire wolverine, he re-enunciates, or it re-enunciates its desire to kill you, but now he adds, he called you man, spider, creature. Now he says man, spider, badger creature.
Spider Badger. That's my superhero name. Man Spider Badger.
What'd you roll?
13 and a 16.
16 will hit. Go ahead and roll
Nicely
damage.
done.
That will
Emosh.
probably do it.
Spider Badger Man.
Plus 2 for charisma.
Yay! 11.
You rolled a 9?
Yes.
Damn. Okay. How you do this?
Nice.
I shoot it down the throat.
Alright.
Go for
As
the
he's
back.
kind of pulling its head back after bloodying your arm, its jaw open, dripping with Bruce's blood, you fire the blast
I Godzilla it. Yes.
right into the mouth. Due to the anglings, you kind of have to shoot it through the side of the head.
Yeah.
And you watch as the blood just splatters across the wall. No brain matter. It's
It has no brains.
no, it's more like
It's like a worm.
yeah, like a worm. It has its
How is
brain.
I talking to it?
The brains are
Distributed.
segmented throughout the whole body.
Yeah.
There's micro brains essentially.
Distributed.
So
Yeah.
I probably just blew out his childhood memories. All right,
As-
cool.
As you
Good.
blow out the skull, the creature goes limp and slides off you and collapses. Its mouth is like lying right next to the mate's mouth as they
Oh.
die together.
Lysander
Last
feels
grass.
a bit disturbed by the fact that he now understands how much pain he's causing when he does that. With his dying breath, honey, I'll see you soon in warm heaven.
So I
Like I said,
said,
he transmits. You're communicating in like emotions and pictures.
Yeah.
yes,
like
it's
a-
very subtle,
Like
very,
a 4-year-old.
very crude. And I say to Lysander, my poison may have just paralyzed the other one. I'm thinking about just slitting its throat, basically, unless
Sure.
Yep.
you want to do otherwise.
I
Okay, so I
imagine
could have
Joff
brought it
would
with claw bite.
Okay.
In
I
case
would
it was
make you roll. It's dead, so I don't need to. You
Yeah.
tear into the flesh. You can feel it's really hard to tear into with your Wolverine claws.
Oh, curse these!
Maybe
Why aren't
next
they-
level.
Why aren't they adamantium yet?
You open up the stomach, and
Hi.
you're pretty sure it's dead.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so I tell Lysander and the blue group. So there's a cavern back there, a double-sided
That means half.
cavern.
Good.
We can go check it out real quick,
Ah, my
but I don't think there's much back there. It's probably just its den. Probably worth searching.
Also,
Yeah, there might be treasure.
Like treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or at least remains of some poor bastard who.
His treasure, someone else's treasure.
Another one man's dead body is another man's treasure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay,
I
so
can't help
we
you.
we go back in and check out that little area.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't have dark vision in dire Wolverine form, so I'm gonna stay for a little further back.
Does anybody pick up the torch? And do you put it out?
I'll take the hooded lantern and I hand Jismal the torch.
Okay, but you leave it running.
Yeah.
Okay.
May as well.
And
And
this-
more than one source of light. It's super dark. So
is this the torch that you used to throw through the steam? The one that lost a lot of its duration, or is this a new torch?
I imagine I would have grabbed a new torch
Okay,
because I would have to look for the other one in particular.
sure. Or you could
And-
roll a D10
Yeah,
or
sure.
something if
Okay.
it rolls a 1,
I'll
then
do
it's
that.
a short duration. To represent the randomness of grabbing any torch.
Yeah, it was a regular torch.
Okay. So you proceed further back into the Grick lair. arriving into 40 by 20, but at an angle, and kind of shaped like a diamond. You find, first off, it smells horrendous. There are plenty of bones and rotten meat, and organs that maybe the Gricks found distasteful, kind of scattered about.
Can I discern the nature of the bones?
Go ahead and make a knowledge. I don't think there is knowledge anymore. Fuck. An intelligence check.
Okay.
Yeah.
12.
Okay. Bones don't really give you a lot.
Okay.
But some of the uneaten, you find
Are they humanoid?
They are humanoid.
Okay.
But there is a slough of skin that, as you take a closer look at it, you realize is the reason the Gricks didn't eat it is because it is scaly.
Oh no, we have more to deal with than orcs.
Okay.
I mean, we already figured that out, but
Did anybody want to search through the refuse to see if there's anything worth having? These were humanoid bones.
Yes.
Yeah.
let's look through all this. I use Mage Hand to gingerly move stuff to the side. It's like, yeah,
Do you press the digitation too, or no? 'Cause
I
you can
don't.
always clean yourself off.
nah,
I
Mage
wonder
Hand.
if Jasmine, did Jasmine only take combat spells like everybody does?
Oh.
Daddy.
I don't
Yes, Rose.
think she might. I may have gotten her to take minor illusion. But
I have to take Rose.
yeah, sure.
Okay. She did take a minor illusion. That unfortunately doesn't. So you're using a mage hand. You're kind of tearing through with your Wolverine claws. So, your claws are disgusting.
Wolverines are pretty disgusting. Actually, they're more carrion eaters.
The mage hand, you're not able to shift a lot of it because it has a limit, but you are able to uncover
10 pounds, baby.
some treasure behind.
Sweet.
Hurrah!
Jasmine's going to try and make a nature check on the hide that Hoss uncovered.
Yeah,
And she succeeds.
she's smart.
Well, she's a bard. She knows a little bit about that.
Yes.
Doesn't even matter what that is.
Gonna take a wild guess based on my meta knowledge of D&D.
What do you think it is?
Troglodyte?
Well, it's a good thing you don't metagame.
Oh.
It is, in fact, a troglodyte skin,
Nice.
she says.
Good job.
She points out that troglodytes are pseudo lizard folk. They're not true lizard folk, because lizard folk live on our plane, but they're similar in that they live underground. And they are.
Fraggles.
They tend to live underground. They don't come from the Underdark, but they live underground. And they are.
Mind back. Oh man.
And she warns that they mark the area of their territories with cracked bones and skulls and pictographs. They also, like a kobold, will eat anything that they could fit.
Blair Witch
you know?
Project.
So they
So-
are lizard cavemen.
So she says that we should be able to spot when we enter their territory.
Okay. Fair enough.
And you guys are digging through.
Yep.
Lysander holds his breath, lets his hand.
How far are you guys digging? Are you gonna do this thoroughly or
Yeah, let's start
thoroughly?
We got time, I'm imagining. It's probably disgusting, but
It is disgusting, very much so. Okay.
Yeah.
for the less
One
perturbed.
of the most obvious things you guys discover, and Hoss is the treasurer, so it's unfortunate he's not here, is a suit of scale mail. It does not appear to be magical. There are rust marks on it, but it does not appear to be as old as the rest of this area.
Okay, so it's not heavily damaged. Somebody could reasonably wear it.
A humanoid could reasonably wear it.
Wow.
It
Okay.
is sized for a medium creature.
Okay.
Doesn't look like there's any amount of, troglodyte lizard man attached to it, or
No.
So scale.
Troglodytes aren't
mail
exactly a civilized race.
with a little rust,
Yeah.
but just to shoot enough to show it's not gleaming and beautiful.
Right. It is obviously non-magical.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
You guys are going to keep digging as the
little
walking
more.
smell and
Sure.
digging through the bones.
Probably
You're
smells
able-
good to a Wolverine. Maybe not even to a Wolverine.
So, I'm just going to go ahead and roll.
just move an organ. I was
one of
wondering what that appendix was for.
these. Okay. You spend about 15 minutes digging through the refuse and the uneaten
Man,
organs.
they've been here a while.
Essentially like a slaughterhouse worth of refuse. I needed something, you guys, to drive the point across.
Yeah, it
you were able to
definitely does.
recover 200 copper pieces, 180 silver pieces, and 60 gold pieces. And I'm sure Hoss will have something to say about the gems that were traded as barter.
Yeah, sure. Were they his? 180 silver.
And 60 gold.
So just enough where I think we just earned back part of what we paid the dwarves.
78, 80. You recovered 80 gold in total.
Okay.
Plus whatever the scale mail's worth, if nobody wants to wear it. Which
Too shabby. And I don't-
Joff
Can he?
might, but probably won't, because I don't think it improves his armor class enough.
Yeah, I bet she has enough dex it doesn't make a difference.
It's also going to
the
put.
scale to 17, or
It's-
is
yeah.
it splint?
I believe it is scale of 17, but it also gives you disadvantage on stealth, which is not fun.
Yeah.
And he's all about that sneaking.
Scale is 14 plus dex, so it's the same as a breastplate, but it gives disadvantage.
He's more interested in the high stealth.
Is it metal scale mail or is it made of animal products? Because I can wear medium armor as long as it's not metal.
Coincidentally, it's made
I
of
know.
the skin of these creatures.
It is.
Is there
made of
is there
metal.
percentage chance?
There is not.
Okay.
Steel mail is metal.
Well, I've seen occasionally people get other things commissioned, but
I would really
If you
like
get
to
something
see-
commissioned specifically for you, then that's possible. You're not going to find it in the wild.
okay. Fair
I
enough.
would love to have something exotic like shale armor or something where you can only use it so many times and its AC decreases every time you kill.
You know what would be great? If you killed Nightscale and used her scales to make scale
Black
mail.
Dragon scale armor.
That's pretty cool.
All
And
right.
I would probably add on, like, if you actually did that, it would probably also give you resistance to acid damage.
Nice.
But we got to kill a dragon first.
Yeah.
Who's pissed off and probably.
Let's go back. Come on.
Like, that's the thing. Like, it doesn't happen a lot of my tables, but it used to be a little bit of a thing. You can harvest dead people and bodies and stuff,
And use the bits.
Oh,
especially weird creatures.
now I spelled Druger correctly because I had it spelled wrong and I realized that.
Yeah, at some point, next scaly thing we do kill. That I'm gonna keep an eye out for it.
It'd be a little weird eventually if we find I don't know, a lizard folk or something. We kill it, it's wearing armor, but then we skin it to make scaled armor.
They have some natural armor, but I'll probably have to have several of them.
That's gonna get really messed up really fast. Hey, I'm wearing another guy's skin, and I've got armor over it.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you're in the cavern, and you've sorted through the refuse after killing the Gricks, and you guys are going to leave, I presume,
Yes.
or you could stay, take a long rest, and a
let's
defensible area.
Let's not
It's true.
sleep in the place with organs.
Well, I mean,
The
we killed him.
super stinky place.
It smells, but he's a Wolverine. He can't smell.
I can smell. I don't breathe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's true. It's a funny thing. But eventually I'll have to stop being a Wolverine.
How do you smell? Horrible.
I smell of earth, steel, and
Oil.
Yeah, wood.
So you
Maybe
head back
wax.
down the cavern and emerge on the ledge. There's the rope. Go ahead, everybody make, because this is a 20-foot drop, everyone go ahead and make athletics check if you don't have a climb speed.
With an edge.
Joff is going to try and ride Bishop down.
Ugh. Okay, 17. That was a lucky roll. I'm bad at strength.
Slide. There's no climb speed for the dire Wolverine.
Okay. So
So I rolled. It's a modified 3.
it's you don't have advantage because you're a Wolverine. You
Yep.
can't really use the rope.
Yeah.
Nope.
So you slide down the 20 feet.
Yep.
You bounce off some
Oh,
stones.
I do have a
bang, bang, bang.
I do have
Actually, you know
advantage.
what? Because of his condition,
7
Not better.
damage.
well, because he's a wolf, I'd like to try to Wolverine. I'd like to. Oh, that's even better. I'd like because they're.
I'm medium sized. I'm not
Wolverine.
large.
Yeah.
But I'm
Okay.
medium. I'm not large.
I'd like to try to at least like somewhat catch him. So I'm going to go down before him,
Okay.
and then he's going to fumble. I did 14 to go down,
14's fine. Yeah.
and I'm going to try to catch him to ablate the fall.
Okay.
Somewhat.
Go ahead and make an athletics check to catch him.
Okay.
Put that on your quote list.
You get cut a Wolverine.
17.
17. Okay.
He catches the Wolverine.
Your damage, Wolverine, your damage is halved to 3.
Okay.
You don't take any damage.
Oh, okay,
As
good.
you catch the wolf. Like, if you failed, it would be split.
Okay.
If you succeeded, he gets half.
And I lick your face a little bit.
Pat.
Covered in
Thurnan-
disgusting.
Thurnan- wait, no. Thurnan has a climb speed. Thurnan goes down without any difficulty.
Second story work.
Yes. Jasmine climbs down without any difficulty.
Okay. I whip. Get the rope loose.
All right. Just make sure it doesn't get stuck. It comes free. The rope slides down.
Okay. Rep. Tuck.
Okay. You currently are standing there with a lantern and a torch and a Wolverine in the middle of a large cavern. You can
try
see the door where you came in, which you closed.
Yeah, we closed it.
Okay. The door, which is closed, just at the edge of the lantern light and dark vision, the rest of the cavern opens up in front of you.
Okay. So,
We should probably get
do you
out.
guys want one of the lights? Should you and Joff have one of the lights?
Yeah, because he don't have dark vision, right?
So,
He does not.
Yeah, then
so
we should, but
Joff will, I guess, will take a torch, and I'll keep the lantern.
Joff decides to equip his shield at this point. I'm assuming you guys go to 30 feet ahead, still trying to do the
yeah, I
stealth
mean,
thing?
it doesn't work quite as well if it's dark enough that we need light, right? How do you stealth with light?
That's a good
And
point.
I'm not
That's
particularly
true.
stealthy anymore, so
That's true.
so we're just in.
He'll just be pointing.
We're more melee, so we're
Right.
point.
And also, you have the highest perception, so it makes sense for you to be in front so you can spot stuff. So-
Now your Wolverine.
But ability to sneak up on things is pretty much gone.
Kind of like off to the sides, you notice collapsed stones and like growing fungus and stuff like that, which kind of it's like there's not a path in front of you. There is a cleared area where the stones haven't covered that you guys are kind of walking along.
Okay.
As you were walking, the torchlight and the hooded lantern, which it throws it in a radius, it's not conical like a bullseye lantern. You notice another passageway opens up to your right, which takes a little bit of walking to get over towards, and directly in front of you, a ledge begins to appear again. This ledge, it's not like the small ledge to your sides. It seems like it's a ledge with that is the whole cavern.
There's nothing below.
Oh, you mean so the cavern's like split by it? There's a ledge here.
Yeah,
Like it goes
Like
over
like
a ledge.
a higher level of the cavern.
right.
All right, so we'd have to climb up it, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, I heard.
Or you can make perception checks and see if there's another way out.
Sure. I mean, let's give a shot at that. Let's make a pretty good educated guess as to where
22.
to get out of here.
Okay.
No. I'm too close to the light.
17.
Stop
Okay.
sticking in your face.
With the 22 and being in front, you can see that just barely at the edge of the torchlight, there appear to be some rough-hewn stairs that lead, far off to the left, that lead upwards around a pillar. So,
Stairs, my only enemy.
So you guys are here. There's a tunnel this way, the ledge in front of you, and you are just able to notice stairs that probably curl up into that area.
Okay, so it's going to take us back up. Okay. Shall we?
Sure.
Oh.
Sure. You don't have to hide from it.
Oh no, I'm moving this so that you can have a
so
picture.
which path did you want to take? Did you want to take the ledge, the stairs, or the tunnel?
Choices.
We should probably examine the tunnel.
Sure. Because it's the nearest one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
Stairs are going to be my choice, but I guess we'll go with that.
I think we'll end up going down the stairs, but again, we're also on a search and destroy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Search and destroy.
We should investigate.
All right. So you begin making your way along the tunnel.
Yep.
You have to step through some rubble, which slows you down a little bit, but isn't a lot of difficulty. You pass some more fungi of various and interesting colors and fauna, and you begin to make your way into a 5-foot tunnel. So it's a good thing you're a Wolverine.
Yeah, I knew it was going to come in handy.
The tunnel extends for about 30 feet, then curves right. As you make your way through the tunnel, are you guys moving stealthily?
Yeah.
As
Okay.
best we can.
Sure.
And we're probably. I'm trailing a little back just so I'm not making.
Yeah. I mean, we do have
noise.
light sources, so again, it's a limit to how helpful being stealthy is, but
Could cast invisibility on the guy holding the light.
But the light
the light doesn't become invisible. Yeah.
But anyways, you guys are moving somewhat stealthily. Not much concern given because you're carrying light and it's a requirement for you guys. As you make your way along the 5-foot tunnel, it curves. As you step around the curve, you can see that it extends just a little bit and then curves back to the left. So
Okay.
kind of like a bat, like a Harry Potter lightning bolt.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we're good. The leads are cautiously peering around corners and so.
Making your way even further, you can see that the tunnel ahead of you branches in a Y. As you kind of stop at the intersection and stare with the light, you can see that the right hand goes 20 or 30 feet before taking a sharp left. The left hand branch goes straight up to open up into a slightly new cavern. Can't see the edges, but midway along the left hand branch, there is a left hand turn.
Okay.
So
Wait, so you're telling us right tunnel, there's a branch to the left that does not meet, as far as we can tell, with the left tunnel?
as far as you can tell, yeah.
Okay.
So
You guys are here.
Oh boy.
There's a left hand, the right hand, which ends in a left hand turn, and then the midway point right there.
right, so you go right. It extends 20 to 30 feet, making your way along.
I need to get a touchpad for that. Or like a tablet.
You, as you make the turn, people in lead can see that several passages branch away from this large, high-ceilinged cavern, probably about 40 feet. Oh wait, that doesn't matter anymore. You're not a spider. To the north, a carved, square-mouthed tunnel shows that someone has been at work in these caves. A gate of rough-hewn timber blocks a small passage to the northeast. 3 other passageways wind off towards the south. One of them you're in, and
It's an inn. We're okay. We're safe.
Where's the beer?
Yes.
Oh, Bystander doesn't drink often. Only drinks in bad situations.
I'll drink for you.
so
You drink more than enough for all of us.
Yay.
So you came to here. You can see there's a passageway here and here. A passageway here and here. This one has some wood timbers and a large open this way. This way.
So this might be the way out. Do we want to go back and finish investigating the cavern before we go this way?
Because you think it's worked, that might be the way out, or is there another
That's,
reason?
I'm thinking because it's worked. It might be.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
it's not worked. It's still rough-hewn.
Okay.
But there's still timbers and
There were timbers blocking off one of the passageways.
all blocking off.
Then we went right. Okay, I'm just thinking. We could double back and try the left hand from where we were before. Unless you want to get the heck out of here.
well, we can. Okay, well, we can keep exploring because this may not be the entrance.
Yeah.
So we can keep examining this.
I'm also realizing.
So let's keep going right then.
I'm also realizing we have to still
right.
get to the fortress.
So you
Out
want
of
to
that.
take the nearest right-hand
That's
passageway?
what I'm thinking, yeah.
Okay.
'Cause we're not in the fortressy looking area yet.
Yeah, it's true. It's interesting that the forge is separated from the fortress by... We left an area that looked like it was work to it.
Yeah. Did they send us the wrong way?
Maybe.
No.
I mean, they were nice enough to show us the evil portal.
Does somebody want to make an intelligence check?
Sure. 17 total.
3.
Shockingly,
Wow.
Lysander is able to realize that this area might have been an area that they mined for minerals, or perhaps were natural formed caverns in the mountain that they punched into
Just used.
through the mountain, and then kind of used as a an area to like separate their defenses from their homeland.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense, actually. So you have the frontal defenses with the obvious fortress, and then you have something else. Or
Yeah,
vice
the
versa.
mines and the forges. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And like, there's probably some valuable stuff here if the glowing phosphorescence was anything to go by.
Yeah, by the way, that phosphorescence, I assumed it was the mushrooms alone before.
There was also some glittering,
some glittering in the walls, like minerals?
like
Oh.
you know the glittering caves of Helm's Deep.
So yeah, the right-hand tunnel.
Yep.
To give like a Yukon Cornelius.
So, as you turn into the right-hand tunnel, you can see that it kind of turn to the right-hand tunnel, then it goes like this, and then carves over this way, and ends in like a point. Like this might have been a mine section that they kind of dug through.
My drink was sprinting
However,
all over my
with your high perception, you actually, fuck it, everybody's able to hear this. Sounds of a very, very large animal roar.
Oh.
A nature roll to see what it might be.
Bruce, with your living in the wilderness, you can determine it's a bear.
There's a bear. Probably a cave bear.
Bears!
Where is it? From down ahead of us? Or
It's from behind you.
Okay.
The tunnel you are in, dead-ended.
Okay.
Oh, we're in a... Oh.
So we're trapped
So-
in here with it.
As you turn around,
Ready action to blast a bear?
there's no ready actions, it's initiative time.
Yes. Then you can ready. Once it's your initiative, you can ready an action.
Or I could just blast a bear.
That's true. You could do that too.
Oh boy. That's not fantastic.
So it's from behind us. It's basically reverse order.
That's what we were hearing
Yes.
the whole time in the soundtrack. It was a bear sneaking behind
A
us.
bear. A bear. A bear in the maiden fair.
Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Lions and tigers and bears. That's it.
How wide is the tunnel here?
5 feet.
Okay, so we are pretty squished.
Everybody's backed up the wrong way.
gonna ask. Actually, no. In terms of party placement, we're staying consistent there. No, wait. We're facing the wrong way.
I just turned us around.
Yeah. Why would I be? Oh, yeah.
Because
okay.
we're being attacked from behind.
Yes. This is perfect. I can go
Yes.
prone and start shooting the bear.
Just like you wanted. You have them where you want them.
Yes.
I need a bear.
We're surrounded.
I don't
Now
have a
there's
bear
no way.
mini.
Yeah. They've surrounded us. Now there's no way they're going to get out of here.
Especially because my level 6 form is going to be a dire bear.
Oh, well.
Or a cave bear.
Okay. So you're able to hear the cry of the bear. So that's not a concern.
Chewbacca's part bear.
First up is Threnin. He's going to.
Oh, should we all announce our initiative?
Oh shit! I forgot. I didn't ask you guys yet.
Threnin is fast.
You guys don't need to do anything.
Threnin's so fast.
What's your initiatives?
14.
5?
17.
Okay,
Did you say 17?
Yep.
Why can I think over the bear as Yogi Bear?
Okay. Threnin turns around, pulls out his crossbow,
He's smarter than the average bear.
and he readies an action to shoot if anything appears.
I can start
Oh,
making
because we haven't actually seen the bear yet. I see.
No, you have not. You heard it. You did not see it.
Okay.
Next up is Hoss.
I ready my thunder cannon and take a held action to shoot if I see a bear.
Okay. Next up is Lysander.
We're in a pretty narrow tunnel. I'm in the front, effectively. This is a problem. I'm going to go ahead and shift spaces back, so I'm not in the way. Oh, wait, no, just mouse there. Uh-oh. Shoot, this is not turning out the way I wanted.
You can run through people.
Sure. I'm going to go
The
ahead.
question is there somebody on the other side?
Yeah.
So 5.
What
So
I'm
1,
thinking
2, 3, 4 people are around the bend.
Okay. And we're in a narrow tunnel, so I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to fire on them without... Or not fire on them, sorry. Fire on the bear, not on you people.
So
Like-
actually, Threnin would have had to step out. Did you step out to
I
see?
guess, yeah.
Okay. So there are some gaps there. You guys are currently outside.
I'm
Of the
so
tunnel.
where Threnin's like up,
Okay.
up. I'm standing over him.
Okay.
So we're in line.
Alright, so in terms of approximate space, I've got a bit here, not at all.
So it's like a J.
Like, if you wanted to get back, you could. You would be out of line of sight of anything coming down the tunnel towards you guys.
I'm not allowed to peek around the corner into another square.
No,
Can you
that's
ready-
where Hoss is standing with the cannon.
I'm not
Can you
saying-
ready a blast and a move?
Well,
A blast or a move.
yeah, that's the thing. I was thinking that there was an alcove or space I could peek into and do that, but never
That
mind.
ends your turn.
Yes,
Or
Jasmal-
you're thinking there wasn't a big open cave.
exactly.
Jasmal is going to
Without there was
step
the
out
opposite
and
direction.
I'm assuming you ready to Eldritch Blast.
Yep.
Okay.
Finger
I
guns.
am pretending this is a play.
Jasmal is going to ready a firebolt, and then at that point, you're not surprised. We are a little surprised as a brown bear comes barreling out of one of the passages just out of view and begins thundering down the chamber towards you.
I'm gonna get shooting. It doesn't look like the
You are surprised when it's a black dragon.
It is not a black dragon. It is a brown bear, but it's a large creature.
Okay, so I get to fire at it.
Yep.
Sweet. Eldritch blasts are.
Jasmal fails.
Where's my-
Actually, Jasmal's accidentally going to shoot you in the back.
What?
Oh.
Did you just crit fail?
She did just crit fail.
Oh my
You
God.
take 5 fire damage.
Ow. Ow.
And now you can shoot the brown bear.
Yes. Yes, thank you.
Nice.
Oh wow, it's gonna be a 21 on that, 24 on that.
Both of those hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Sweet. This is why I.
So is this another corridor or is this an open chamber?
Oh
This is
wow.
open.
Nice.
Whoa. Okay, that's full damage. It's 12 each, 24 in total force.
Nice.
Nice.
24.
All right.
That is sweet. What? I shot a bear.
A bear.
Bears.
The bear lets out
Oh
a
my.
howl of pain as it comes
My hand.
thundering down and then
Oh,
prepares
yeah.
to swipe you with its claw and bite you.
Meep.
What's your armor class?
15.
Okay. Needs 10s. All right. It will miss with its bite, but its claw rakes across your back.
Oh, that's not a good thing.
Or not your back, across your chest.
I was gonna say across my already burnt back.
2,
Yeah.
4, 8 slashing damage.
Ooh, that is not fun.
Painful.
Hello, penguin.
They basically have a great sword in one hand.
Can I just have a bear with a greatsword as a character? Sir Barrington, let's make him actually happy.
There's no need for that.
Aw. Oh, yes, there is. You're
All the needs.
misunderestimating. Oh my god. Never mind. I had a joke for this.
Penguin
That in and of itself works.
Okay. So, next up,
They're very bemused looking.
Lysander, you are surprised.
when a troglodyte emerges from the cave wall, revealing his chameleon skin,
Oh,
as he lashes out
he was watching all the
with
time?
a multi-attack on you.
That's not good. Also,
That's adorable.
has this little god ray thing going on with the light in the background.
That's a 10. That's a 19,
That one's gonna hit.
and that's a 22.
It's also gonna hit.
So, he will hit
Health.
with 2 claws.
Help.
It's coming.
Or health, because I'm gonna have a chunk taken out of me.
I'll see you in health.
You take 6 slashing damage as his 2 claws just rake across you.
Oh, wow, that much? Oh. I can work with that.
He
Ow.
attacks a lot.
It's a tame bear.
Doesn't do a lot.
Yeah. I'm guessing it's like daggers hitting you. Close enough.
And
Alright.
next up is Joff. Oh, I'm Joff.
Yes, you are.
I'm guessing it's not allied with the orcs at all, because I described myself as an orc.
30.
No, you.
35.
No, you.
40. 45.
Joff rides Bishop and attacks the dragon. Or not the dragon, the cave bear. And he will hit, dealing 7, 8. Okay.
Nice.
He gives a heavy slash across the bear's chest, and the bear kind of rears up and has its claws getting ready to slam down on whoever's in front of him.
Is he still riding?
Yes. Bruce, it is your turn.
Okay. I'll double move to get into this fray.
Let's just say help.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rawr. Hey, at this rate, let me get some flanking on.
Okay.
I'll take a wide berth.
Sure. That ends your turn?
Yep.
Thrennen.
Realizing that the battle's going on out here.
He's like, what? Everyone
steps
started the
out.
battle without me?
And he's going to shoot at the troglodyte.
But I'm in the way.
Yeah, he's hoping to hit it.
Everyone shoots you in the back.
He misses, unfortunately.
He does not hit me, I'm hoping.
Nope.
Okay, good.
Actually, he doesn't actually shoot when he sees that he can't get a decent line. He kind of holds off. Hoss, it's your turn.
I'm going to go out into the corridor and then past,
Fine.
and maybe a half stack diagonal toward you.
Okay, back here.
And and I'll take a shot at what's in the ground.
Oh, shoot me. Sorry.
There's a cave bear, or not a cave bear, a brown bear and a troglodyte, and your heroes are fighting.
Oh,
Okay,
And this is the dire Wolverine.
I'll shoot the brown bear.
Go ahead and take a shot.
I'm realizing in retrospect, I have Hellish Rebuke. I haven't used that yet.
Next.
I can't.
21.
My turn's passed.
That will hit.
He can ask.
Okay, so
I
He's
really
already
don't like
action.
retcons.
I know. I'm just realizing I gotta
8
start using that.
piercing
That's more than
and
enough.
4 thunder.
He had 1 hit point.
Shot yourself.
The
Killed him a bar when he was only
Blast
300.
goes into the chest of the bear, and then right out the back, and the bear kind of lurches back and falls, almost crushing you, but you dodge out of the way.
It was already slowed and in rough shape, so it was holding very still for just a coring shot.
Yes.
That ends Hoss's turn. Lysander, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, they stink, don't they?
Oh no, they got the thing.
No.
Constitution, yes.
Did that other room stink because of troglodyte or stink just because of rotting things, or both?
Troglodyte.
Troglodytes are annoying. 18 total.
Okay. You resist the poison and are immune for an hour.
Nice.
It smells horrible.
As
but
the stench kind of hits you, you just fight through it, and you are currently engaged in melee with a troglodyte.
Yep, it is not the best thing in the world. I am going to go ahead and disengage. Getting out of there. Do I have room back here?
Yes.
Okay, I stand back there. You guys can whack at it.
Jasmal is going to shoot a firebolt at the creature.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Now she hits him and not me.
Critical.
Well, you got out of her way, making
Yeah.
it easier.
Yes. Great, now I don't have to shoot you anymore.
Yeah.
7 plus 6, that's a.
Wait, I thought you were
13.
blind.
It was
no,
a subtle
I can see
hint.
much better.
He, and it slams into the troglodyte's face, and the entire face is consumed in flame, and he lights up like a candle as the oil ignites. And then the troglodyte lets out a scream and starts patting on its face before collapsing into the ground.
Oh man, he pulls a Raiders of the Lost Ark. and just
Yeah.
kind of melts face.
He
Nobody's on the map now, so.
chose poorly.
All right. That ends Jasmal's turn. Brown Bear is dead. I would like Hoss and Jasmal to make Constitution saving throws.
Can I, once I start smelling that, can I get the option to just stop breathing? Maybe I roll with advantage because I can shut it down if I start detecting something?
Sure.
Would that be more fair?
That will work.
Okay.
So could argue also that you can't speak while you're not breathing. I mean, that's simple enough.
I don't have a mouth. How am I talking now?
Okay,
Doesn't
no,
have
don't
vocal
even get me
cords
started. don't even get me started on the physics of sound happening.
I have a piece of resonant glass that I'm vibrating inside my chest.
Yeah, my phone
and that's
can't
why-
breathe,
and that's-
but it can talk.
And that's why you could hear me.
Yes, silicon crystals.
We're really gonna get into
15.
like, resonating glass.
You are able to resist the poison,
Okay, cool.
the poisoning effect, as you kind of you feel this smell and you watch as Jasmal is overcome with
like,
this
nope.
stench. You seal off and you turn and
Okay,
you watch.
Rose, you're being distracting.
You watch as another troglodyte emerges from right behind you, having chameleon skin and shifted around you,
Okay.
and attacks you. Hits with his bite. One claw glances off your scale mail. The other claw carves into your side.
Okay.
So that'll be 2 hits. 5 plus 4, 9 piercing slashing damage.
Okay.
As it lets out a. That will end the Trog's turn. It is Joff's. Hearing the second troglodyte, he will turn. Bishop will pounce, and he will leap off and slash with his
Pretty
longsword.
badass.
Well, he's trying to be. Let's see if it works. Bishop will hit. Joff will miss. Luckily, it's a magic weapon which doesn't break.
Yay!
So that is
Rose, keep your stuff on the table.
6 plus 6 is 12, and he gets to make another attack because he knocked him prone.
That's not my problem.
7.
If it's my
that is
problem, then I'll take your dice away.
13.
That's how I'll solve my problem.
That'll hit.
Understand?
Okay. And with that, Joff goes sailing over the troglodyte, and he kind of lands on his back on the other side. But Bishop takes the troglodyte down to the ground, bites out its throat, and claws it across the face.
Wow.
And
As they never did. So they're great at stealth, not so great at confrontations.
they're not meant to be a.
They're ambushers.
Yeah. They're not meant to fight a 5th level party. They're meant to fight like a 3rd or 4th.
Oh yeah, did I understand the?
Good job.
Never mind, doesn't matter if I understood.
You did not understand the troglodytes.
You are
They didn't speak animal. The bear didn't really say anything. He just roared in pain, mostly.
That's kind
He
of.
said "ow" over and over again.
Yes, I translated. Ow. Okay.
So, you are now standing in the cavern,
No other,
having left the dead end cavern.
no other obvious
Yep. Oh, I need
enemies.
some fueling. That'd be great.
Nothing obvious, no. Where you are standing now, you can see that there is a passageway that leads off, and on the right-hand side curves into a tunnel. Like, there's a passageway that extends out of your field of view. There's a right-hand tunnel off of it.
If anyone's willing to heal me up, by the way, while we have some downtime.
I think that's Jasmal for now. She has spell slots left.
I appreciate that. Good.
Some. Are you out of spell slots?
No, but I'm in Wolverine form and
how many do you have? Because I wasn't 100% certain.
oh yeah, I have
Oh, I still have a good beer.
2 first level slots. That's it.
Okay. So we'll get rid of that and move that.
Yep.
And did Joff spend any spell slots? I know he spent a pass without a trace at the end of the dragon battle. Is that it?
Yeah,
I
think
he's
that's,
been doing regular attacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, do
Oh wait, no, he did a hunter's
No.
mark.
Yes.
Against the
We'll
dragon
probably
early
be
on.
going home soon.
Yeah, we should be.
I am
think we're about to
super
finish.
duper
I'm
hungry.
hoping we can.
Then
wrap up a little bit further. But
Okay,
Joff will give you a cure wounds.
Sweet.
Nice.
It's gonna be a what a D8.
D8
I got it.
Good.
So you heal 5 hit points.
Perfect. Puts me in a very
So which
comfortable
part of the
20.
sub cavern did we explore?
Right now, you explored. You came out of one tunnel over here.
No.
Hang on. So, this is the cavern. This was a large passageway. There was a passageway this way and a passageway this way. There was this passageway, which you are currently standing in front of. There was this passageway, which you came out of. And then there's this passageway, which now that you're standing here, you can see has passageway going that way and that way.
Okay, so I guess keep going right, see what that is.
Yep.
All right, you keep going right.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the wooden timbers that appears to have the latch on the outside. The latch is currently opened and the gate is swung. The latch is off and the gate is open.
Is there like a dark cavern beyond, or is it?
Yeah, there's a very... It's not... Actually, it's a fairly large open cavern. You would reasonably be able to be certain this was where the bear was. Inside, there's nothing of value. There's some refuse and some leavings.
It's the bear's room.
Yeah, it's the bear's room. It appears to be a dead end. There does not appear to be any passageway there.
Bear had no artifacts.
Are you sure?
Only sentient ones. Next one on the right.
Yep, which is a larger passage.
It was. A larger passageway. As you head towards it, you can see that it is obscured by branches and small stones and foliage.
Okay, this is an
Someone took-
alternate exit.
Someone took foliage. It doesn't look like it's planted trees, right? Someone dragged
Right.
branches and things down,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
That's why I said branches and not trees.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we see like daylight coming through there, or is it?
Joff and I will go up and investigate a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
If you push the branches and stuff aside, yes, you can see that this appears to be a tunnel that leads out.
Oh,
Okay.
sweet. So we can get out of here and regroup and fight off orcs.
Well, let's check out the rest of the.
Yeah.
Sure. But we can mark that as an exit.
Yes.
Jasmal will say, I heard something about this.
Oh, didn't the Troglodytes worship the dragon? No, wait. Never mind. In the
She says, the legend of Durgeddon, his people were attacked by orcs that tunneled in from underneath. So this must have been where the orcs tunneled in from.
Okay.
And she points out this was not carved by dwarves. This is too shoddy.
Yeah.
She would have said something else, but there's children.
Yeah, they dug a hole.
Okay.
So they tunneled into the mountain from underneath and struck from behind.
All right. So let's. Okay, we'll check the next one to the right.
yeah,
Well,
continuing around.
before we do that, should we
Counterclockwise.
disassemble the branches and stuff that are in the way, just so we can make a quick escape? I'd rather not have to make strength checks or something as we're trying to run away from something.
Jasmal summons up for firebolt.
Go on ahead. Unless you
Do
guys
we
are
want
opposed.
to let everyone on Earth know that we're here?
How would they do that?
They see that they follow the large pall of fire and smoke
Oh,
coming
well,
out of the side
I'm
of that
saying let's
mountain.
not burn it if at all possible. Let's tear it down.
Tick, 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 tick.
Dig, dig, dig.
If you need to. Okay.
Yeah, simple enough. Okay, never mind. I was thinking there'd be a strength check involved or something like that.
Digging out the foliage, you can see it's mostly meant to obscure the tunnel entrance.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's,
It's
hide.
not necessarily something
No
for
blockage.
preventing people from coming in and out.
Okay, it's basically just a, oh,
That's
well,
enough.
theres this hole here. Let me just put stuff on it so nobody knows.
Cover it up. Looks like.
Okay,
So you head to the next passageway.
Yeah.
we have an exit.
This one appears to be another large tunnel, and it extends outward. You can hear the sounds of a small stream cutting through the cavern ahead of you. You can just make it out by torchlight from where you're standing. And I think that's a good place to end this session.
Okay.
Sure.
Thanks.